All right, y'all ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Ain't Got It Yet podcast, episode 107. We back in here, man. I'm Michael Flicks.
And I'm Red, your auntie's favorite nephew, as always.
We got Isabel back on the show this week, finishing up the conversation from last week.
Hey.
Appreciate you joining us one more time. How y'all doing, man, since last week? I don't think I've spoken to y'all other than, like, preparing for this episode. I haven't spoken to either of y'all since last week, since last Tuesday. How y'all been, man? How y'all doing?
I'm busy.
Yeah?
Same, busy. Got a hand tattoo.
I was going to ask you about that. Got a new tattoo. Did you get the numbing cream on your hand? Did you numb it up? Did it hurt getting it on the hand?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10, what was the pain?
There was some parts, I ain't gonna lie, I was like at an 8.
Okay.
It was like, it's really, the stenciling hurts worse than the actual shading.
Really?
I actually like the shading. The shading, I don't feel the shading. But like, there were certain spots he would hit and it would just be like, but pain is temporary, so.
Did your hand out flat, or did you like have to leave it?
No, it was flat. It was flat. There has like,
I was about to ask, in comparison to other places on your body you got tatted, how painful was it?
I still say the chest. I got the Only the Strong Survive. I got that when I was like 20. But I think, well, one, it was very sensitive, but the dude, he was a heavy-handed guy, and I think that's what made it hurt worse, because like he was way up here, and I thought he was like on my nipple.
Was that your first tattoo?
No, that was my second.
Okay.
So what's the significance of this tattoo? It's on your left hand?
Yeah.
What's the significance of that?
So Horus, the moon, we getting Ra on the right side.
Okay.
Really just on my spiritual journey, tapping in with the sun and the moon. It's all different types, like even with like, I mean, if you look at my arm here, kind of got a lot going on. Got the chakra tree, got the Archangel Michael shield with the all-seeing eyes. Really just like all, I don't know, I thought it was a cool tat, and it has the Ankh, but I basically combined the horse with the Ankh, because I just thought it was, one, it was really dope. And, yeah.
I've always wanted a hand tattoo.
I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't, but then once I got my sleeves, I was like, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't care.
Were you still living at home when you got your first tattoo?
I left home. My mom was like, you can't get no tattoo. You can't go to the club. I couldn't do shit. Mm-hmm. My mom was like, I tell this story all the time. I remember when I turned 18, I was like, oh, I'm going to the club. She said, you go to the club, you get the hell out of my house.
Wow.
So I had to go stay at my cousin's house to sneak. His mama didn't care. Shout out to my auntie, but I had to go stay with him, and he only stayed like 5 minutes up the road, so we could drive 45 minutes to go to the club. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My mom was like, you go to the club, you get the hell out my house.
Tell him the story about how you ran down the street barefoot.
I want to talk about it. So like,
that one always makes me
oh God. So when I was like, I was in school. No, I can't remember. My mom was like, basically like, I was seeing this girl that looking back on I shouldn't have been seeing. And my mama basically was like, you know, yelling, So this last time, she's like, I'm about to beat your ass. And I told her, you ain't beat my ass today. Shit, I took out the house. I left. I ran. Run to my cousin's house. But my auntie, she never let me live it down to this day. She said, man, I seen you stay in the country. She's like, boy, you were running. And I seen them feet. Boy, you were running. It was like 9 at night. I'm so like, what the? And it's a town, so it's basically like running here from up the street. Like you ain't going nowhere. It's like, but
I could dig it. Yeah, I got my first tattoo. I was 18. I was still living at home. My dad is a pastor, and he was like, my mom was like, no, you cannot get a tattoo. I don't want you to get a tattoo. My dad was like, yeah, you can get a tattoo. Funny enough, my dad was like, yeah, you can get a tattoo, but you can't get your ears pierced. Which is like, my logic was like, if ever you get mad at me and want me to take the earrings out, I could take them out. A tattoo is permanent. Like, you can't.
That's that old school.
That's the whole thing of, like, men can get tattoos, and it's the whole men and women roles. Mm-hmm. So I got in trouble for mine.
My uncle hates he's not a fan of tattoos. A retired Marine, hates earrings. That was like when I first got mine. I didn't know how to, because over the years, he'd always talk about how much he hate them, and me and him were super tight. So, like, when I got mine, I'm like, he ain't say nothing though. Mm-hmm. But then he's like, bro, you grown. He's like, but he don't do the.
Yeah, I got my first tattoo. Pop said I could go get one. I came home, showed him my tattoo. He's like, "Oh, that's nice, son." He was like, "No more."
Where'd you get it?
On my shoulder.
What'd you get? You got the cross.
A cross with praying hands.
That's what I got. The cross. I feel like that's the. Everybody gets the cross, but I got
The safe one?
No, I think like for me, I got mine because I was 19 and I didn't know what I wanted. So I was like, I'll just get one to remember my dad get the wings and stuff. But my country ass family, my auntie, I remember she saw it. I had it for like a while, like a year. She was like, "Ryan, who's Rip?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She like, "Rip." I said, "What are you talking about?" She was talking about rest in peace, but she was like, and then my cousin, his fat ass got he got that auntie arm, like he is fat as hell,
that extra elbow,
and then he blackened in limo tent. It just is what it is. Look, shout out to y'all, shout out to my cousin, but like anyway, and I say all that because he fat and he dark skinned. And then, so he got the little rest in peace cross with the wings, but it's like this big, so you can't see it. I'm not even being funny. I had to shine a light on it because I couldn't see the stenciling. And then, as you know, with tattoos, the ink spreads. Mm-hmm. So he got that 10 years ago. So I know his shit probably look like a blob right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I got a tattoo earlier this year. Yeah, I got a tattoo earlier this year on my forearm right here.
I will say though,
my shirt otherwise.
Back about you asked about the numbing cream. For my forearms, he did.
He put numbing cream on your forearm?
Not numbing cream, but the spray because it was so raw.
What?
Like halfway
what does
through.
the spray do?
Basically the same thing. Basically because I think it was this one. I just remember my arm was so raw. It was actually up here. I remember it now. Because this is like a very sensitive spot, and you're like lines and shade. And
Don't put no spray on me.
Okay, I ain't asking
sensitive skin.
I ain't asking to, but it was just so like. This actually was this.
That probably hurt like hell right there because you got all the nerves.
That's why he did it. Because I was like, I wasn't complaining, but my shit was so raw, like. Every time he would just touch, I'd be like, "Ugh." But this actually, the healing, this took longer. I actually thought it might be infected at first because it was just taking so long to heal. And I was like, oh shit, but it just took a long time, so.
Yeah, I had one of my homegirls tell me numbing cream is for weenies. She was like, "Nah, you a weenie if you get the numbing cream."
We go to the same person. Well, he started going to my tattoo artist, and I was like, he never gave me no numbing cream. Even when he did
It wasn't really cream.
my ribs, when he
but
did
I'm
my
talking
leg.
like he wasn't like. But when I say he wasn't like
crazy.
He wasn't like spraying my shit down. He just hit like boom boom and then wrap just so it. Because like I said, like. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like this. If you sit in a session for a couple hours, why not? I mean,
I don't think it's weak.
I don't think it's because at the end of the day, you get your. I mean, shit.
I kind of get it though, in the sense that I don't think it's weak to have numbing cream, but being someone that has a lot of tattoos, I think I do look at it as like, oh, you got numbing cream? Like, okay.
We in 2025, like, and plus, once you get them, like, who cares? You done walk through you done paid your
And
dues.
also, it's like, I mean, I kind of feel her. I kind of feel her. But also, it's like, why endure pain if you don't have to?
Yeah.
You're not here to be in pain. You're here to get a tattoo.
Like,
I feel that way
I
too.
feel like it's just part of the tattoo process. Like you know what you're signing up for. You know what you get. You know, that's part of it. It's like, I have my big one on my thigh. I have this. I could proudly say, like, I sat 5 hours straight through my ribs I sat through it, 5-hour session.
Well, do you feel that way about everything? Like, I mean, this is the jump I'm making is pretty extreme, but like pregnancy. Like at one point, it was like you had to feel everything.
I didn't get any pain meds during my pregnancy,
Okay, so
but I'm not against pain meds. Hell no, I'll do that shit again. I'd get pain meds in a second.
So then, how do you not feel that way about the numbing cream for a tattoo then? Because it's like a much smaller scale. Like,
I think it's like something in my head.
I feel it.
I can't explain it.
I kind of feel the same way about the numbing cream. I do, but I don't know. I probably do it. Like I got a whole piece right here on my stomach, and it hurt the whole time, the entire time. And so I got like a soldier right here, and I was supposed to get an angel on this side. I got this over 10 years ago, and I never went back to get the other side done because of how much it hurt.
Well, that's the same. So I have my ribs done. The ribs didn't hurt as much as my thigh, and he was saying the guy told him it's been years since I went back to finish my thigh. I mean, it looks pretty finished. Just needs some shading, but it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. I'm like,
I got my knee tattooed.
you done.
It honestly didn't hurt as much as I thought. I actually watched the dude. I actually like sat up.
I like your knee tattoo. I think that looks dope.
It does.
That was
I
like
want to get both my knees covered, or both my legs covered.
Your knee was done well because I've seen knee tattoos where it looks like globs. Yours don't look like globs. You actually can see what yours is.
You know, in Japan, they take pride.
In their tattoos? Yeah, that stuff is real. That's an art form.
Yeah, no, but tattoos are good. My family ain't seen none of this new shit though.
No.
Was there any part that you would not get tattooed?
My face.
Would you get your neck?
Maybe like when I'm retired or when I'm like super established and I know like I don't need to work for shit and my money's like real good, maybe later. But I don't know. I don't think. No, maybe like one behind the ear, but no face. No, I couldn't see neck.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a neck tat. I do still. I don't know if I will, but I would still. I think it'd be cool to have a hand tat, especially like being a photographer. I think it'd be dope to have a hand tat. But I don't know if I'll do it.
Let me get my hand tattooed.
I mean, honestly, I think it's like for me, like I think I had said this like a couple podcasts ago, but like this is like the most comfortable I've been. Like, and now that I have them, because I was always like, I don't want to get tattoos because jobs and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, fuck it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to go for this job. But if you ain't rocking with it, I just carry my ass on. I'm not finna beg you to hire me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
My whole thing was jobs before, but then when I was married, my ex said it, and then my mom agreed. So now it's not even about.
But you know it's crazy.
But it's about my mom. But they were both saying like, don't get your neck or your hands. So like when you put on like a suit or a tuxedo, like you look. You know what I'm saying? All your tattoos are covered. You look. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know, that makes sense. But I do still want a hand tattoo.
they do.
I think it's kind of sexy.
You got that makeup though now that everybody talking about. They got the makeup now. It's this girl that was on TikTok. She basically is putting a little mascara on your hand now. But like during my clinical rotations in nursing school, Rady's Children's Hospital, you can have tattoos.
Everybody has. I was at the.
But I'm saying like I was at other, maybe because we're student and student status or whatever, but like a lot of the other spots they'd be like, you gotta cover it up. Like I remember before I hired his, all you could see was this more strong, and they was like, maybe because we were students, but the professor was like, yeah, you gotta put a jacket on.
Maybe, respectfully, while I ask your lady this question, I've never heard, maybe other women feel this way, but I've never heard a woman mention that. You say you think like when a guy has on a suit and you could see his tattoos like on his hand or his neck, you think it's sexy?
Yeah.
Like
If it's done right. I mean, if it's done right.
because you like tattoos or okay.
I like tattoos.
That's the same thing. I think women. I think women with tattoos, if they do it right, it looks good. Cause some of them they don't do it right. They look like etch a sketches.
When they have, well, you know, that's like the look though nowadays is like the etch-a-sketchies type of, like you have your random little clutter tattoos now, but now it's kind of, the whole style is so different right now, tattoos.
I'm curious to this. So if like a dude, if like before you notice his tattoos and you find him sexy, does that add to the sex appeal? Or if it's like, okay, you answer that first.
Honestly, like Ryan is the only guy that I've ever been with that has more tattoos than I have.
Okay.
So like I say that because most people, I have more tattoos than they do. So I never really looked at another guy and was like, I mean, guys I've dated, they never really had a lot of tattoos for me to be like, oh, that's hot. But in my like, do I find them attractive when a guy has them? If they're done right, yeah. And I think if a guy's like dressed up and you look good and then you get that little peak of like a tattoo, I think that's kind of hot. So yeah, absolutely. It's like, okay, it's like you're all dressed up and nice and then you got your tattoos. That like adds to it. I mean, it's the same thing that he's saying, that in the sense that he's like, if a girl's tattoo is done right, then whatever. But you never looked at my tattoos, or you never said anything about my tattoos, like where you were. And I'm like, wait, my tattoos ain't done right?
No, they cool.
See, I don't think I've ever like. Now I always appreciate a nice tattoo, or like, you know what I'm saying, a woman that looks nice with her tattoos. But yeah, I think it probably have more to do with like the placement, I guess. Cause like even like I think a thigh tat is sexy, but I don't think I've ever like seen a woman that I already find attractive and sexy, and seen the tat and that added to it.
You know what's crazy?
I'm not.
I've had people tell me, like, I've had people.
I'm sure.
I seen this Filipino girl. She had a rice bowl tattooed on her arm
Was it done right?
with the chopsticks. I just thought it was interesting. It was a rice bowl with the chopsticks on the back of her arm. I don't know.
I've definitely seen women with tattoos and it added to their sex appeal for sure.
Yeah.
But I just don't think like how you said about like when you see them in a suit and then you get like a peek of the tattoos and it's like it adds to it. I don't think it's ever added to it for me. But I've definitely seen women with tattoos and was like, oh, she's sexy. Like, oh, the tattoos are sexy. For sure.
I think that's the thing. Like it's all about placement, how you do it. The person got to have a look to him too.
Yeah.
Like my cousin with the auntie arm with the blob on his damn arm, that looked crazy. Like I got another cousin, he ain't gonna watch this, but when we was young, this is like, no, I was 21, so yeah, we about 21. So that like 12, 13 years anyway. This girl he was seeing at the time, her brother knew this guy and had the guy pull up to their house. Dude was fresh out the joint and was like, yeah, I do tattoos. So they tattooing my cousin's ex, she had money, so they was in their big ass house, whatever. But like, anyway, dude was drinking Jack Daniels and he's like, yeah, bro, I do tats or whatever. So my cousin was like, yeah, I'm gonna get tatted. And I was like, I was always the voice of reason, like, so you gonna get tatted in your girl's house with a dude fresh out of jail that's been drinking Jack Daniels all night. None of this sounds wild. Nah, so he was actually in college for football. This dude got the ass of a football tattooed on his elbow.
The ass of a football.
You know, like the corner of the tip of the football. He got it on his elbow, and I would never live it down. And I was like, why the hell did you do that? He said, cuz, I'm going to make it to the league. So I said, you got the ass of a football tattooed on your elbow as a symbol of I'm going to the league. He ain't go to the league, by the way, but he doing big things. Shout out to my cousin Jay.
Ass of a football. That's
still, I was like, and they like, you trying to get one too? Because I don't know, maybe if it's a universal thing, but like in Florida, we say wet. Like, you finna get wet real quick, wet, which it sound wild in 2025, but like, that's what you say. So you're like, yeah, I'm finna go get wet real quick. And then like, they was like, oh, you gonna get a tattoo? I say, hell no. I said, I don't want hepatitis. Shit, I ain't doing it. So, but his arm ain't fall off, so I guess whatever the dude did, he good.
For about like 2 or 3 birthdays in a row in my 20s, maybe 4 birthdays, I got a tattoo every year for my birthday. I need to jump back on that. Cause I was doing when I turned 30, I started doing my kickball games. This is the first year since I've been 30 that I'm not doing it. So maybe that's what I do from now on, get a tattoo on my birthday. But yeah, my birthday was last Friday when the last episode came out. I turned 37. Happy about that. Thank God for another year. Thank you so much. When I don't remember the last time my birthday actually fell on a Friday, so that was dope. I went out, I went and got a massage. On Friday. Then went to Dave & Buster's. Had some drinks. I love burgers. Had a nice burger. Then went downtown, had some more drinks, did a little dancing, and that was pretty much it for Friday night. Saturday night, I stayed in the house all day. I was like, I'm not doing nothing Saturday. I'm getting rest. I'm chilling. And then Sunday, I went to the Soul Sunday like family show that they do at the Museum of Contemporary Arts. Mm-hmm. And then there was another live music event at Courtyard. I forget what it was called, but I went to that. Y'all know I love live music, so I went to that and then went downtown, had a drink, and then just went home. So yeah, I had a chill, like a fun but chill birthday weekend. And of course Saturday doing the rooftop party for my birthday, the same spot we did the podcast party at. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. So yeah, I was just telling one of my homies earlier this week. I was like, yeah, I'm doing like the girls do. I'm celebrating my birthday all month. So yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday. It's gonna be dope. Hopefully my boy Jesse from Arizona come down. He dope on the grill. Trying to get him to come down also to celebrate with me, not just throw him on the grill. But yeah, so yeah, yeah, for sure. How about you? How was your weekend?
I was in Arizona.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I didn't like it. No, I was there for a softball tournament, so I had to go take my kid to Arizona. But it was all right. We had like late games, so we drove 6 hours, and then I drove 6 hours home. So I was there like Friday to like Monday. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just didn't like the weather. Nothing. I was at the ball field all weekend. That was it. That's what I did.
You like being a softball mom? That's a no.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that sport in itself, I love the game. I played softball, like I love the game, like highly love it. And I enjoy watching her play because she's very talented. So I do enjoy that, but the traveling aspects of it, nah. And the stress and the political, especially right now and everybody's clamoring for scholarships, no, I don't. It's just, nah, I don't like that part of it. But the game itself, yeah.
I hear it. I feel it. Another thing I did this weekend, this would be a good way to get into one of our first topics. I've been watching the Vince Staples show. Season 2 came out on Netflix. Did y'all watch season 1 at all?
Mm-mm. What are you talking? I don't know. If
Vince Staples. You know who Vince Staples is?
Oh, Vince Staples. I thought you said event. I was like, what?
Vince. I'm sorry. The Vince Staples show on Netflix.
No, I haven't seen it.
Season 2 just came out. It's dope. It's even better than the first season. It's really good. They still playing on the notion that like O.J. Simpson is his uncle.
Yeah, so I watched like one.
They're still playing with that idea. Yeah, the Vince Staples show is dope. It's dope. It's dope to see Vince Staples from like where he came, like the rapper, like when he was first introduced to the world, like the artist that he was, and it's like to now like pretty much the superstar that he is with his own show on Netflix. It's real dope. And I was born in Long Beach. He's from Long Beach. I'm always rooting for the Long Beach people. So, but yeah, it's dope to see Vince Staples, man. It's real dope. But anyway, speaking of TV and movies and all of that, the Michael Jackson movie trailer just dropped. Did y'all get a chance to check it out?
I've seen it.
Yeah, I saw it. It was cool.
I am too. I was always a big Michael Jackson fan. Always been a big Michael Jackson fan. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, okay. And we've gotten a bunch of trash Michael Jackson movies. Yeah. I think the only good Michael Jackson movie that I've seen was the American Dream one that was on VH1.
Yep, you had to watch that in segments.
Right.
It was the
Jason Weaver from The Smart Guy. Mm-hmm. He played the young. You said you didn't see it, right?
Oh, I've seen it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've seen that.
Because you know
I thought you said you didn't see it.
Because the guy that played him at the end, he died right after they shot. He had like leukemia or some shit.
Really? Oh, and so the gentleman who's playing Michael Jackson in this movie is
Jermaine Jackson's son.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day about the son playing it because you were saying the other guy wanted to play it.
I like when it happens like that. Like I like how Ice Cube put his son in acting school. Like was like no, like I need you to play me in this movie. Like he already looked like him. Like he already know his dad's mannerisms. So I think like in anybody that like if you're related to Michael Jackson, you're gonna know the history. You're gonna have grown up like watching his performances and his videos and stuff. So who better than one of his family, especially if he favors him a little bit already, who better than somebody that's grown up studying him, who's a family member? Like who better than to play him? If it's not gonna be like Chris Brown or something like that, like who better?
Weren't we talking though about how like Jermaine was with like Michael and like that whole thought process?
Oh, how they had beef?
Yeah.
Because Jermaine got overshadowed by Michael, and now his son is about to play his younger brother.
That's funny. That's interesting.
I mean, but
and I guess and this is a real like messy part of the whole thing, but I guess so the kid that's playing the gentleman that's playing Michael Jackson in the movie, his mom also had children with another one of the Jackson brothers.
Yeah,
I think Randy.
Yeah, Jermaine and Randy slept with the same woman.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she married Randy, but she had kids with him, and I think she married Jermaine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of Jermaine with that damn black lacquer shit he be having on his damn shit. Look like oil and shit. I'm like, you 70 years old. Wipe that shit off. Shit be
I'm excited about the movie though, man, because like I said, we haven't had like a good Michael Jackson movie. Like they had the one. What was it do
with Flex Alexander? Exactly. That bullshit. Awful. I think that's the problem. I think the thing is too, like with a lot of these. Well, like with Tina Turner, you had Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett looks nothing like Tina Turner, but she
killed that one.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Tina Turner being alive and able to talk to her and give her game and stuff, and she embodied that role so much you thought it was Tina Turner. Jamie Foxx and Ray Charles.
I was gonna bring that up next.
But then you get these Lifetime people and the shit look like a Tubi movie. Like they don't even look like the characters.
See, I'm not too concerned about the them looking so much like them as long as they get the story right. Like in the NWA movie. Dude, like Eazy-E was a light skinned dude. Dude that played Eazy in the movie was a dark skin. But the movie was still good. Like he had the rapping, he had the mannerisms, he had like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not. It hits way better. Like you said, like Jamie Foxx looked like Ray. Like,
but he had his manner. The one movie I'll say though, the All Eyes on Me, the Tupac movie, he nailed that role. But they did that movie. I felt like could have been way better.
How so?
Because it just felt like we all know the story of Tupac, but I feel like it was just spurts as a kid. When he was with oh my gosh, the Humpty Dump, Digital Underground, when he was with Digital Underground, and then they focused solely more on the East Coast, West Coast, and then he Casino, boom, shot dead, gone. But like, and it also just felt like a soundtrack movie. Like they just kept playing all his songs, but like there was never really like all the parts that they hit. Like I get it, it's Tupac, and they squeezed a lot in 2 hours, but I felt like they didn't give his just due because a lot of what was in that movie we already knew about. We knew his mama was a Black Panther. We knew all the shit that happened with him with the cops. We knew about the alleged rape. We knew about So a lot of that was in the movie. We already knew that. Jada Pinkett. Now there was some stuff that they said might have been fabricated, which I don't know. But I mean, it's Hollywood. But I'm just saying, like, I think that's the hard part too. Sometimes with a lot of these movies. Maybe because we're just diehard fans of some of the people that we know and stuff, we hold it to a really, really high standard, and then when it's like mid, we're like, what is this shit? But I think the Michael Jackson movie, I think is going to be... Because somebody said they got him with the nose. When they said he looked like that dude off Good Times in his earlier years. But, I mean... I do think though, going back to the American Dream, that movie was 4 hours, start to finish. That was good. Cause dude that played Joe, I hated him for years after that. I hated him.
Facts.
He beat the hell out of Tito.
Yeah, he did.
I thought, but it's like, that's the one thing I guess you say when you're a good actor and you have a range and you can you can pull that emotion out of people, whether it's love or hate. Like I forgot who. Oh, remember it was Clifton Powell. Gang members or somebody was rolling up on him. Was like, I'm an actor. This ain't really what I do, but they really like see it in the street. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for him. I've always been a big Michael Jackson fan, man.
No,
I used to dance a lot when I was young. I used to moonwalk in class and impress my class. But I've always been a big Michael Jackson fan, bro. So when I saw the trailer, I was real excited. I hope they tell the complete story and not just the stuff that we already know, to piggyback on your point, because it's like a lot of the stuff that happened with Michael Jackson, whether it's been like, through like what was the movie that came out in theaters, This Is It, the This Is It movie, and like some of the documentaries, and like we know about like his like the drug abuse and like the doctor that killed him allegedly. I mean, dude got caught, but you know what I mean. But I just hope it's a complete story and they don't just show like his stage life and his performance life. And I'm sure they're gonna show everything, but I hope they get like to the nitty gritty.
I think they will.
Like I wouldn't want to watch a Michael Jackson or a Whitney Houston or like a James Brown movie if they're not telling like the nasty truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also their estate and their families might step in and be like, well, we don't want that publicized.
That's true too.
If they're gonna make the movie, I want them to tell the complete story and give me stuff that I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that's the part too that sometimes like they do fabricate. But even too, that's like...
I mean, they're going to do that. It's Hollywood. They got to make it entertaining.
I'm wondering how much they're really going to say, though, because I feel like he was probably a really private guy. So he obviously, we know he was, but in the sense, like, I wonder how much of his family actually knew who he was.
I think his mama, definitely his mama, Janet was really tight. I mean, I don't know what her role is in this movie. Jermaine gonna be there, but we didn't think about you, Jermaine. You need to fix your...
I'm going to laugh. I'll bet she's going to do a guest spot. He'll be up in there somewhere.
Yeah, or he'll probably... Hey, Michael was a great brother of mine, and Jermaine got to get his little 2 seconds, because you know what's funny about that? I'm going off topic, but every time, like when they did it was 2001, it was the 30th anniversary, because I still got it recorded on VHS. I just remember watching that as a kid, and then looking at Michael and looking at like Marlon, Marlon specifically, and then Randy, and I could tell even at 2001, I was like in 4th grade, but like, I was like, they trying to steal the spotlight from Michael, and then you hear years later, like it was a pissing contest, and Michael like, hold on, this is my show, but it's just funny, like, so it'll be curious to see how everybody's role is in this movie.
How do you think you would handle that? You're this, you play instruments, you can sing and dance, you're a good looking dude, you popular for being a singer that performs and do all the stuff. And here come your brother that's like 7 years younger than you. Apparently, like I was about to say apparently, but clearly, I mean, he don't play instruments, but clearly a better singer and dancer than you, and he's still in the whole spotlight and go on to be this big shining star.
Well, that's what I'm doing right.
How do you think you would handle it?
Well, shit, that's what I'm doing right now with this MC photography shit. I'm taking over the whole damn game. Nah, but like honestly, like. Me being the person that I am personally, I don't have any young brothers, but if I had one, I'd be like, that made me want to step my game up.
Yeah.
I'm definitely be like, okay, but let's be real. They all made, I think, we know Jermaine made an album, that shit flopped. I think Marlon made an album. Ain't nobody heard about that.
But you gotta think. I would assume that their albums flop because it's like, oh man, that's Michael Jackson, brother.
I don't think.
I mean, Janet came up. You can't say that. Look at Janet.
I think it's this. I think like
True.
It's kind of like this. Say. I'm gonna see if I can tie this in. Okay, so we'll say podcasting because I just know. Say you the only person in San Diego that does podcasting, right? And you're really good at it, but there's nothing to go off of. Nobody's ever heard of podcasting. You're the only one we don't know, so you're the greatest thing. And then somebody else comes along, and now we have something to compare it to, and it's like, he's not really that. Not saying you great, but you get what I'm saying. They're like, you really ain't as great as we thought, because now we got something to go off of. I think with his brothers, I'm just shooting in the dark. Maybe if Michael didn't exist, they would have had a chance. No.
Why not? Why not?
They didn't have it. Like you come on. We've all watched.
I mean, they had it enough to be on.
I mean, but then for the record, they did have Michael had to get brought on because then it was like because. I see what you're saying. Cause I
want to hear more. Keep going.
I just don't think they had that. They didn't have that that light. Like there was when you look at him on stage, it's like there was times you're like, who's that one? Like, wait, we forgot about him over there. Like you just are so centered on Michael. Like Michael had the dance moves. Michael had this voice. Michael, he may not have played the instruments, but they didn't have the voice. They didn't have the moves. That was who Michael Jackson like.
Aren't there plenty of people that aren't as talented as Michael Jackson, but they made a successful career happen?
Yeah, but we're talking about with their
So that's what I'm saying. So if
you're asking, he was saying though the sense of if Michael wasn't there, would one of the other brothers? I'm laughing in my head okay, I couldn't imagine this brother. I mean, honestly, I think Jermaine would have blown it. I think you look at all of them and you're like, which one would have taken over?
Maybe it just would have been a group. So they had a group.
I mean, they're doing that now.
When they first started, they had a group, and then Michael came along and joined the group, and then went on to do what he did. So let's say they have the group. They was already doing talent shows and moving around and doing their thing.
They were.
Let's say Michael's never Michael Jackson. He's just another one of the brothers. Let's say he went on to play basketball or something. He's not a musician.
Crazy guy.
Right? Michael Jackson playing basketball. That's crazy. But he went on to do, maybe he played chess or he's a painter. He does something else and he's not a musician. He doesn't sing at all. And it's just the Jackson group that Joe Jackson initially created. And they go on to success. What I'm asking is, do you think they could have gone on to be a world-renowned group without Michael Jackson?
Ain't nobody coming to see Jermaine.
That's what I'm saying. No. I just don't think they had the spark or the talent.
I think Tito could have went off with the guitar and did something. That's the one thing though about them.
That's kind of what I was asking as well. Not necessarily the group, but do you think the family, people in the family?
I think Tito, because
other than Janet,
if you look at the 6 of them, the oldest one, Jackie, he was in the cut. You saw him, but he kind of was we don't really know much about Jackie because he Jackie just chilling. A lot of the older Jacksons, Tito, everybody know Tito because Tito got his ass whooped in the movie, and he played the bass, but he chilling. He like the takeoff for the group. I feel like Tito was like the takeoff, and then you got Marlon over here fighting. You got to go back. It's on YouTube. It's a video of them. It was in the 80s. It was their tour. I can't remember what tour it was, but it was like the last tour they did together. Michael got on stage and was like, I'm out. But anyway, there's this clip of Marlon like just dancing and gyrating and swinging his hips. Everybody's like, what the hell? And it just looked like this is my time. And everybody's like, no, it's not. Sit down. Yeah. But I think no, I don't think they would have been as big as Mike wouldn't have been in the picture, but I also think
definitely not as big. What I'm asking is, do you think they could have had successful solo careers?
No.
Well, I mean, if they
because they would have done it.
Well, Jermaine might have, but then they said during their feud, Michael purposely flew his producers, which I think was Babyface, somebody else, out to where Michael was. Michael flew them out just to be over there.
Hold on, say it again.
Wait, what?
So basically, I think.
So Jermaine had Michael's producers?
I think they shared producers or whatever. You gotta look it up. But basically, Jermaine's album was supposed to drop. Jermaine was supposed to be working on his music, and Michael was like, "Nah, bet I got you, bet, bitch." And then he got the producers, and they came. And flew out
in studio with Jermaine and Mike, I need y'all over here.
Yeah, and they said Mike can't record shit. He just wanted them over there, so it delayed that. That's some shit I would do. That is some shit I would do. Hell yeah, I don't give a damn who it is. I'd do that shit. If I got smoke, I'd do that shit to my mama. I'd be like,
that's hate. I've heard other things about that's how his personality was.
Then if you look at
he bought the Beatles catalog.
If you look at, it's another clip where he's getting an award, and he's like, I would like to thank all of my brothers, including Jermaine. And then it cut to Jermaine, and he's just like, fuck you, Mike.
That's grimy, bro.
But
it couldn't have been I feel like if you gotta eat when you talented like that, you're gonna have an ego. Anybody that's talented like that. So I'm saying that to say, if you Michael Jackson and you know how talented you are, why do you care whatever your brother is doing over there?
Because you're not siblings. I think it's siblings, and you're not finna ride my wave. Meaning
Yeah, but the same thing though, okay, you can say that, but why did he let Janet is talented in herself, but he made sure, he taught Janet to do what Janet did. He taught her how to dance, he taught her how to move.
Yeah, that's a sister, but they had a bond though.
It's not a boy.
No, but I think they were really tight though. I think he was tight. He was really tight with Jermaine, but then Jermaine married Berry Gordy's daughter, but then at the same time the Jacksons was leaving from that entertainment group, Jermaine still stayed, so it caused all this tension. Him and Jermaine were really close, but then I just think it goes back to
So you think because they're brothers, that's why he
brothers, and then I also think it has to do with the fact that the people that was in the group with me, the people that was in the Jackson 5, I'm trying to go off and show that I'm that guy and I'm the top dog. So any of them winning or shining at all is going to show that they helped me become who I became. And so if they all, if when I step away from the group, if they all fall away and become straight bums, it's going to be clear cut that I'm the reason of all the success.
There's so much though, going back in the part of it though in the movie, when we're talking about it, there's so much in their life that we probably have no freaking clues to lead why he treated his brothers or their relationship was that. You're this little kid on tour. I mean, he's already shared stories about how things were on tour with these teenage boys, I mean, there's so much probably jabs going on that he's never mentioned, and that could have, created what he did.
They could have teased him for his nose, his skin,
everything.
I mean,
that's why he changed his nose because they always.
Is that why he changed his?
They said something about
his family always teased him about his nose.
Yeah, and they said he saw his father and he didn't like it.
That too.
Because he didn't like his.
What are y'all sibling rivalries like?
I'm not currently talking to one of my sisters right now. We beefing right now.
So it's pretty intense.
It's not really a rivalry. I don't really I left home when I was 19, and like I said, since then I've been gone. Like I go in and out of Florida, but like,
Okay, so what was it like growing up?
it was chill. I mean, we never had, because both my sisters are younger than me. One of them, she's 3 years younger than me, so she's 30. Another one, she's 5 years older, so what's that, 28, 29? So we were all like in different spots in our
And then
life.
they're girls too, so it's different.
Now I will say the middle sister, that sister, she's always
And you're
been
the oldest.
she's always been more competitive on the education side, but ain't nobody in competition with her. But she's just always been, like, she was the one in high school that was taking college classes in high school, got her RN early, got her bachelor's early. She basically, I will say, she mapped out her whole life. Got married, had 2 kids, bought a house, got 2 dogs, the whole 9.
Growing up, did you guys bicker?
Yeah, we bickered, but it wasn't.
It wasn't like a sibling rivalry.
I say it was a rivalry because we all kind of was into different shit. I was the guy, like, I was the one that was, I kind of did my own thing. Like, we all did talent shows growing up, but like, I was the dancer. They did the baton twirling and the choreographed stuff. The middle with it. Sports, no, because there again, different age gap. My youngest sister, she played, but my middle sister, she didn't play sports. So no, I wouldn't really say there was a rivalry. No.
Define a rivalry. Like you're fighting for something that's the same?
Or just like any like combative or competitive energy with your siblings.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. I have an older and a younger brother, so it was a lot of that energy in my house.
Yeah, we had this long, like, I spent time, so my mom went out of town with me this weekend, and we spent a long discussion on that, because me and my sister are 6 years apart, and my mom was a single mom, and we weren't raised together really, because like my mom couldn't take care of me, so because she was in school and working, so I had to live with my grandfather. So we had 2 different, like entirely different childhoods, so we are now, it's just weird. I can't explain it. Like we're not close, like in that sense. Like, so I don't know if there is a rivalry, but there's not a rivalry. Like I can't explain it. It's just like, I don't know. How would you explain it? Would you say if you explained, I don't know. Like there isn't and there isn't a rivalry.
I think it's a rivalry. It's just feels like something's off. She cool.
Yeah, my sister is.
She cool, but I just know that it's like a difference of like.
We're so different. We're
like if you look at her, if you look at Isabel and her sister, you look at how they raise their kids, but you also look at how they move within the family. Like her sister's more like, I'm gonna go sit in the corner with my husband and kids while the party's going on. And she's also the one, I didn't know what a paloma was till I got around them. I thought it was just like a Mexican thing.
It is a Mexican drink.
Oh, okay, it is. Cause that's all they kept talking about. Everybody like palomas.
I was about to say, I sure thought it was.
I was like,
It is like.
I'm like, why everybody keep, what's this paloma shit? Well, anyway, like her sister would bring the paloma, but it was only for her. So her sister would bring the paloma and go duck off in the corner. She'd be drinking that shit up, and you're like, oh, you ain't, I don't want no paloma, but okay, that's what we doing. All right, but.
I think what you have to, like, we were raised in 2 different things. So I was raised by my grandfather, so old culture, and she was raised by my mom, and like she had to stay over there. So like I was in such like, I'm a very outgoing and different type of vibe, and like. She
was brought up in the more, what she's saying, Mexican. And she was brought more Mexican, and her sister was more
like Mexican, and my
suburban,
over there,
bougie, upper crust.
It wasn't. They weren't. My mom. We struggled. It was not bougie and upper crust. We struggled to like. My mom had to siphon the bathwater out of the tub struggles, okay?
I get it, like, you look at her, okay, I'll put it like this. You look at her, you be like, she Mexican. You look at her sister Mexican too, but you be like, that's debatable.
You can see the difference.
I'm just saying, like, there's not a specific how to determine if somebody's Mexican, but I'm saying, like, if you put them side by side and you look at their family as a dynamic, you be like...
It's because I was raised by my grandfather.
But I'm like, you ain't mixed. I see, like, if I didn't know and I was looking at her sister, like, I'd be like, girl, you mixed.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'd be
It's
like,
interesting what I'm thinking about. I'm gonna have to have my brothers on the show, or ask them about it, and then have them on the show. But as what I was about to say, I'm pausing to say it now because I said there was a lot. I said there was a lot of that energy in our house. It was, but I don't know if my older and younger brothers like look at it like a rivalry, like I do. I'm assuming that my older brother looks at it like ain't no rivalry where I beat you at everything, because he did. In full honesty, he beat me at everything. But for me, it was rivalry because like I always wanted to beat him. I was always competing against him. But for him, he's probably like, bro, I was just having fun. Like you was competing against me. I was just nice, and you just couldn't keep up. And then my younger brother, I mean, obviously, because I was older and bigger than him, I was, better at stuff than him. But even with him, like as he got older, it was like, nah, I gotta.
You know what?
It was like a competition with my younger brother.
I could see that, like from my sense growing up, I can see where the rivalry became later on in our life. Like now I'm listening to you and I'm like, oh yeah, I get that. Like where we had it, because my sister's, she's really, she was always like, she was a model and an actress. Like, she had billboards up in like San Diego and stuff like that. So that was always like a thing that the family would always like put us against each other and like comparison and stuff. So I always grew up like that. Now I'm listening to him like, okay, I think she would think there wasn't a rivalry, but I think in my sense, I remember always like, and then there's Isabel. Like that's kind of how it was treated. It's like, here's this, and then there's Isabel. I'd be like, oh my God, oh, I saw your billboard. This has happened a lot of times. They'd be like, oh my God, like I saw you in your ad and your billboard. You're so pretty. And I'm like, that's not me. That's my sister. You're pretty too. Okay. Like that's how it was always like, that. And I'm like, so I think in that sense, it was like, all right.
I kind of relate to that because, like, for me, like, I've talked about it before. My older brother was really good at basketball, and my younger brother was really good at football. And I was okay. Like, I was a good athlete, but I just wasn't super good at any particular sport. Like, even, like, thinking and looking back on it now, I should have just went with the arts because I was always really good on the drums. Like, anything creative, anything I put my hands on creatively, I was dope at it. Mm-hmm. But because my older brother played sports, I wanted to play sports, too. And so, like, I would compete with my brothers and things, but it was like it was just better. So it was always like a competitive thing there though. But I mean, I was good. Like I always started on a lot of the teams I played on, but because my brothers were always like really, really good at what they did. So it was always like a thing for me. Like, nah, I need to get better. I need to do that. You know what I mean? So interesting. I'm gonna have to have my brothers on the podcast.
Sports brings a different element to it. And you just had sisters, so like.
But I've always been looked at as the golden child because I'm the son, I'm the boy. So like.
I didn't expect you to say that.
No, that's what they call me. That's what I've always been referred to, even in like the people. It's weird because like, even like I come from a small ass town, but even like in the black side of town, I've always been looked at. They like, he's the golden child. He can't do no wrong.
Do you feel that about yourself?
I think that came from because growing up, you just didn't have no dirt on me. Because my parents ain't like this new generation of parents. Let me run to the internet or let me call such and such and tell her what my son, which I wasn't doing nothing crazy, but I'm like, let's say I was cutting up or acting out, they handled it, and then we just went on about our day. We didn't put up no front like I was this goody two shoes, but then also at the same time, I was a private person then too as a kid. So like, but I will say, I can see where it comes from on the family side because being the only son, my mom does probably favor me more. Mm-hmm. Me and my uncle, he has plenty of nieces and nephews who he loves, but I know after his son and his grandson and my mom, I'm like top 5. I'm somewhere up there. I'm top. I'm somewhere up there. But like, yeah, I never looked at myself as a golden child. But I've been referred to like, oh, he think he can't do no wrong. Like, I remember, just to put it to you like this, and it's kind of followed me as an adult. Like, I remember this job I had one time, I always show up to work and do what I'm supposed to do. I don't do no special kiss-ass type stuff. I just do my thing, and like, if I'm good at it, I'm good at it. But I remember I like slipped up one time, and it basically was like I put dealing with vaccinations, I put them in the freezer on accident. It was like one of those fridge type freezers. So like I messed up, and this dude, my coworker, was like, he's like, I'm kind of tripping because I'm like, this is a lot of money. I don't want to get, whatever. But he looks at me, he goes, yeah, it's about time somebody like you takes a fall from grace. I'm like, damn.
That's hate.
But I'm just saying, so like, but going back to, the golden child complex. But I never fed into it, but that's kind of what was given to me.
My parents were really good about that. They never, if they felt anything about like me or either of my brothers, like about like, what they felt like we would do as opposed to someone else, if they felt that way, they never said it. The only energy like of that I ever got was like, I've spoken about, my dad's a minister. He's been a pastor since I've been in like 6th grade. And so there were times when like, he'd be like in the pulpit, like up on the stage, like with his minister, like all the other pastors, his minister friends and stuff like that. And I would come through and like give them they whatever they need or like whatever. Or I'd be on the drums, like not too far away, like an earshot, and I could hear it. And I would, from time to time, at least 3 times I can remember my dad, like his pastor friends, like asking him, like, yo, who gonna take over the church when you done? Like, who's next up? And da-da-da-da. And my dad would always say, like, if it be any of my sons, it's gonna be Mike. It's gonna be Michael. And I would always hear that because I never had no desire to I want to serve in the church. Absolutely. I don't know what made me cough when I said that. I absolutely want to serve in the church. I've never had any desire to be a pastor. And so like when he would say that, it would be like flattering, and I would like take it as a compliment. But I would always be like, that's not ever, like, I don't feel called to do that. That's not a desire that I have or anything like that. So I can't really like say like a golden child or anything like. And even with that, like I'm quite sure either of my brothers never like wanted to be a pastor or take over my dad's church. So even like if they were to hear my dad saying that, I don't think they would have been like jealous. They'd have been like, all right, like let him do it because I don't want to do, you know what I mean? So
I think that too, but like looking at my siblings, like I'll say my youngest sister, she's so like me and the middle sister, we kind of fell into the medical field. My mom was an LVN. My sister was more into it from the jump. I was like, I just want to get to the money. It ain't work out, but the medical field has found me 10 years later. Like it's
a family business for you.
I'm just like, it's like, you know how the universe, I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with this shit. Leave me alone. And it's like, nope, here you go. We back at it, baby. Mm-hmm. But like my younger sister, she's more into the artsy stuff. She makes clothes. She does, and her clothes be on point. It don't be like some of this shit you be seeing out now where people just be gluing shit on and calling it art. Like her shit is legit, but like, so I'm saying that because that's her lane. But she was so in the mindset of, oh, I gotta be in the medical field because Ryan and my other sister, my mom, and was like, nobody ever pushed her into that and was like, you need to follow us. She did that to herself, and I think. I mean, even though we ain't really speaking right now, I think she's finally accepted and grown, and it's like, hey, it's okay to be me. Because like I said, I say with her, she had like her own rivalry or competition. Like, I'm not doing what Ryan's doing. I'm not doing what, the other one's doing. I'm not. But it's like, we don't want you to be like us. Go find your... If you ain't medical, don't go be medical. Go make some clothes. Go put some hot glue on some shit. Sew it up.
I started to ask about off the sibling rivalry question. I started to ask about like some of your like most memorable like fights or altercations with your sibling. But you got 2 sisters, so that's a little different.
I mean, we done.
Well, I don't want to get.
Nah, we done.
Cause they
we play fight, but I don't know.
I don't mean a play fight. I mean like y'all was upset. But like I said, it's girls.
Oh, no.
It's different for you. Let's.
No, I'm thinking like, no, we've thrown words.
Yeah.
In these past year or so, like we've had arguments. We done said some stuff. I mean, she caught a first-hand glimpse, but
a first-hand glimpse.
What about you? Some of your sibling fights.
Me and my sister, we don't know when to shut up. That's what I'll say.
You never come to physical blows?
No, I
because of the age gap or what?
No, I just don't think I ever would lay hands on my sister. Like I never. Now I had a cousin.
I mean, like even as a kid, I'm of course not today.
No, I never hit my sister. She never hit me. I have a cousin that was raised with us like a sister, and we fought fist. Yeah, we literally fought fist. I numerous times. And I remember I'd have her pinned up against the wall, and I'd just be ready to knock her out, and I'd be like, you know what, get out of here, like go. But like my sister herself never hit my sister ever. We just use a lot of words. I say this like whether you believe in signs or not. My sister's a Scorpio, so like I feel like Scorpios just know how to hit the jugular with like words. Like they just can like they'll just like sting you with that one liner, and you're like, oh my God, like that was her. Just I'll hit you really hard with it, and like I'm not gonna flinch. I'm not gonna show no emotion. I'm just gonna walk away. That's how she fights. And so it's just like, all right. And I fight, I think verbally, where I'm like, I'm gonna keep at it. Like I'm gonna hit you till like I break you.
It's not my middle sister. She can do that.
That's interesting because I don't put any, honestly, I don't really, I think there's things that are true about it, and there's like some parallels that make sense, but I really don't put much stock into the zodiac signs. But the fact that you said that, I am a Scorpio, and that is, I was about to say it is true about me, but I more so try to like, okay, so
You're a guy Scorpio though.
I get enjoyment out of stinging people with words. But I like to do it in a very articulate and respectful way. I get so much joy out of that.
Then you come back after you feel bad and you're like the sweetest thing in the world.
No, I don't feel bad.
No, but like do you ever go back and like you're like, I don't necessarily sorry, I'm just gonna be like the sweetest thing in the world?
Well, I'm a nice guy.
That's a Scorpio guy.
I'm always be nice.
100% a Scorpio guy.
So like the like, and I love when it happens on social media too. Like when somebody, for whatever, like I was about to say for whatever, that's what social media is now. This is what the internet is now. But it could be the most like innocent thing on social media that you're leaving a comment about, and you can leave something that's not nasty, that's not mean, that's not nothing. You're just giving your opinion on the topic, and somebody can reply with the most like nasty, like hateful, like just evil thing. And so like, and I do this online and also like in my personal life when I speak to people. I like to like reply back with something so intelligent and so articulate, but I'm gonna find a way within my words to tell you how I feel about you, but it's gonna be without trying to like sound like arrogant, but like I try to make it in a way to where it's like, it's so like nasty, like not nasty, it's so like insulting, but also so articulate that like when you read it, you're like, I don't really know how to take that. Like he worded that so well and he said what he said. Like he didn't call me a name, but he said this, and now I feel like I get so much enjoyment out of that. And I know it works because people have told me that like I've said stuff and like people have been like, dang bro, like I didn't even know like you didn't call me nothing, but like the way you like, I get so like, I love that. I get so much enjoyment out of that. I love like, I was about to try to find a different word because that's the word that women use, but like a good read. I love to read somebody so intelligent and so articulate. I get so much enjoyment out of that. Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's definitely like signs or not, that's a thing.
I just wait till the shit builds up and then I tell you about yourself.
Because I'm not like, maybe it is a little bit about like the reputation that I want to leave, or the reputation that I want to leave, but also just like I don't ever want to like. My dad always told me like, I got this from like when my dad told me about like curse words. My dad told me when I was young, like people that need to use or that often use curse words in their speech, they don't know any other words to use. And whether that's true or not, it always stuck with me. And so like for me, if I'm gonna tell you off, I'm not gonna curse you out. I'm not gonna curse you out. I'm gonna find the most articulate, the most intelligent way to say it, so that when I'm done, you're gonna be like, wait, what? Like, whoa.
I feel like certain cuss words, it just drive it home. I don't think
I ever really hear you cuss when you get mad though.
No.
Like you'll vent to me about situations, but when it comes to talking to an individual, I've never heard you I've never heard you like cuss when you're mad to the individual.
No, because in my head, when I'm like really, which I don't get, like when I'm like really, 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 really finna take it there, I don't really cuss. I kind of blank out, but yeah, I guess not. I guess I don't cuss.
You don't cuss when you're mad at something.
No, when I'm venting.
Yeah. Venting, you do.
Yeah, I guess.
No, you.
I cuss more when I'm MCing, but it depends. It depends.
When you get mad,
I've done better.
Like in this little,
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of the same way too. It really depends on like the circumstances of what made me angry and like how I got there. Because I'm either going like I don't want to say if you did something. It really just depends. Because sometimes I might just get quiet and just be in my own bubble, be in my own space. Because I don't want to say nothing out of pocket. I don't want to act out of character. I don't want to be perceived a certain way. So I'm gonna sit right here like, why do I feel this way? Okay, I know why I feel this way. Is it valid? And then after I get to there, like, is it valid? Then that's gonna determine my next move. But more often than not, I'm not finna act out. I'm gonna sit with my feelings.
There's been moments where I haven't spazzed out, not because of me, but not the person that I want to spaz out on, but for the other people. Because I'm like, if I lose my shit right now, this all finna go left. Ain't gonna be no more party up in here. Mm-hmm. I'm about to mess it. We all going down tonight, but it's there again. So good. Yeah, but that's because like you say, I think about my actions, and I think that's part of it. Like when you're mad, you kind of, because it's easy to get mad and just lose it on somebody, but then what are the consequences? And we don't always think about, I might get swung on. It's like, I might go to jail. I tell about it all the time. My mom has made me an overthinker and stuff. I'm like, what if I've said this before, maybe not on the podcast, but let's say I get mad at you, I hit you, you got a brain tumor that we don't know about, and I just happen to hit you on the right part of your head and I kill you, not because I hit you hard, but I hit that brain tumor, or we fighting in the street, you trip over a rock, you hit your head on the curb, crack your neck, now I'm hit for murder. You see what I'm saying? That's the stuff I think about when I'm about to flash out, because I'm like, okay, yeah, this might go this way, but what if it goes way left? Now what are we gonna do? That's just the way I've always thought about things. Like, so I've always been try to de-escalate before it pops, but then I'm also the one too. Like, I think she saw me get real mad. I was taking pictures at this event. I think it was partially because I hadn't been eating. That was when I was doing my little 8-day reset.
That'll do it.
But this little boy came up to me and he was like talking about the photography thing and whatever. Then afterwards, it kind of sat with me, and I was like, let me go sit down. Because if he come back over here one more time, I'm not gonna be nice. But I think it was just one of those, like, you know what I'm talking about, Little Mexico?
I know, but you were fine.
Yeah, I was fine, but I had to walk it off because I was like, okay, I'm taking pictures of this event. My boy done paid me. You know, we gotta keep it cool.
I've seen you lose it though at event. I've seen you like.
And see, to that point about like losing it, sometimes I feel like I'm overly conscious about like my image and the way I'm perceived.
Why would you say that?
Like, because.
Wait, what did you say? You're overly confident? Or
overly conscious.
Oh,
conscious of it, because like I don't ever want to like, what's going on in my eyes today? I don't ever want to like look like I'm out of pocket, or like I don't ever want like cause the image that like, and because I speak to a lot of people, the image that people have of me is truly who I am. Like, I'm not pretending. Like, people are like, oh, you're really respectful. This is really who I am. And so like, but also I do, I'm from where I'm from, and I'm a human being. Like, and so if I'm overly agitated or upset, I'm gonna have a certain reaction. You know what I mean? But also with that, like, I don't ever want to be in that space to where like I'm upset or somebody pissed me off or I feel a way about something and I react in that emotion, and it changes the perception that people have of me. Even though that reaction is also who I am, it's not like I'm not pretending that I'm upset or I'm pretending that I want to. If I feel like I want to fight somebody, this is really who I am. But I don't ever want to display that to anybody. Like what everybody knows about me, I mean, it's like this super chill, super mild mannered, he kind of nonchalant, he don't really care about much. I do care about a lot of things, but the fact that people think that, I don't mind it. And so like the image that people have of me in the city or just wherever I go, it's really who I am, and I appreciate it, and I don't want that compromise.
Yeah.
And so there have been times when I have been really upset, and maybe I could or should react a certain way, and I'm like, nope. People know Michael Flicks to move a certain way and to behave a certain way, and I don't want that compromise. So I'm gonna just let it go, or if I can't let it go, I'm gonna just go home because I don't want to say the wrong thing or behave a certain way and change the way people perceive or think of me. And that's why I feel like sometimes I'm overly conscious of it.
I don't think I've ever thought about the perception of what other people, like it sounds kind of crazy when I say it because it's like really, but like when it comes to certain things, like I've never really thought about how other people perceive me ever. Like in some sense, maybe like going to last week's topics and like what you wear, but like in the way I carry myself, it's like I just carry myself in who I am in my own confidence and I move that way, but I don't think I've ever not did something because like I was worried. Like I will say I was not the best person in the past. Like I remember like I didn't even know the group I used to hang out with I didn't know like behind other people's like when I wasn't around, they would define me as like, oh yeah, she likes to fight. Like she's a fighter, which I was like, what the heck? Like looking back, I can see that in my life. Like I could see like, oh, that was what I was giving off. But now, like, no. I guess like if somebody really makes me mad, yeah, we talked about some things last week, but it's really rare that I'll react. If I don't care about you, then I don't care to react. If I care about you, I will react. So if I actually like am still fighting with you and I like care, it's because I care and I love you. If I'm not fighting with you, I don't care about you. And I say that in like the smallest terms of like somebody, like I'm like, okay, I'll just walk away. But I guess I never really like stopped myself because I was worried about like the perception that I was going to leave behind. But that's just me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, going back to her point, I think it took me a long time to not care what other people thought.
Yeah, it did. Like I had, yeah.
I think once, because she brought something up that I never, and this goes back to not even just past relationships, this goes back to as a child. I always felt like I had to validate my decisions, explain my decisions. Whether say we talking about something, we could be talking about the Padres, and I say I don't like Padres, I like whoever, and then I feel like I have to explain to you why, because I don't want you to get offended. So I was always like, let me explain to her what are they going to think if I wear this? And I'm like, I don't give two shits. Mm-hmm. But I think that also comes from...
I called you out.
Yeah, that was part of it, yeah.
Ooh, talk about it.
Well, she came up, because I forgot what we were talking about, but I just like, I would always explain myself why I didn't agree with stuff. Like everything, like I don't agree with this, because I dated.
Is that so wrong though to explain yourself?
Well,
he was doing it like he wasn't saying I'm sorry, but he would just always explain. He was saying like he would talk about something and then explain it, and I caught it, and I was just like.
So past relationships, my mama, my siblings, my aunties, people that I work with, like. I was always around people that I don't agree with. I've never been somebody that follows the herd unless it's a fire drill. If it's a fire, where we going? We going this way? Right. We going this way. But I'm saying like I've always been like I don't agree with that, and it's not been just someone has been defiant, but it never was like with bad intention or ill will. It was just. I don't agree with, like, why are we crying over this? Mm-hmm. This ain't crying for it. And everybody's like, you shouldn't think like that. That's horrible. You're da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, and then she brought it like, it's like, no, you're not wrong. You just don't agree. That don't make you, but yeah. So like, she did call it out, bring it to light. And then once I sat with it and we talked about it, and then I was like, it kind of just put me in a position now to where I'm going to say what I say. And like Pimp C say, I said what I said. I'll clarify what I meant. If that's what you want to know, I'll clarify. But I'm not going to stand down for what I said. Even if it sounds jacked up in the moment. Like, yeah, I know what I said.
I like having differences of opinions.
I think that's the thing. Like everybody says,
too.
I think that's the thing too. With a lot of people, they say they do. Not saying y'all, but I'm saying like people say they like. We can all different opinions, but I call cap on that because as soon as you say something left or something that somebody don't like, hold on, you shouldn't feel like that. Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute, and it's like, no, this is how you feel.
And see, for me, if I hear. If I hear a point of view or an opinion that I don't agree with, I'll challenge it, but to hear more.
Yes.
And so we can have the back and forth. And truly for me, whether on this podcast or off, whether it's been my old co-host or whoever it's been, any conversation or debate that I have, no matter how passionate I get or how loud or how argumentative I get, I go into every conversation and debate looking to learn and looking to be informed, truly. And within the back and forth, if I hear something that I feel like isn't informing me or isn't that I don't agree with, then I'll challenge it and I'll come back at it. But at the same time, if I hear something that sparks a thought or that's something that I never thought of or that I never considered before, I'll ask more questions about that. Right. Like I truly go into every encounter like looking to learn, and even if I'm not looking to learn, looking for you to like challenge my thought in a way that I've never been challenged before.
That's the thing though, is that people are not used to that. And that's what I found, like I find it like where people are not used to you. It's not necessarily like you use the word challenge, but I don't think it's a challenge because I like it. Like when I say I like different opinions, I do. Like we'll have conversations and I'm like, well, why do you think that? Like where'd that come from? Poor guy gets drilled probably so much from me because I'm just like, well, why, how, what, like when, like blah, blah, blah. He does. Sometimes he'd be like, but I just want to like, I love the human mind. I want to know like, where did that come from? Where do you think that came from? Like, I just have so many questions on things, and I don't think that people are used to that. Like they're just not used to you challenging. Not only that, I don't think people are used to people being open-minded to have the conversation. So it's like, you know, I'll say things and either it's him or even like this weekend I was talking to Mom and I was like just talking to her and I'm like, she reminded me of you. Because I was like, so what's your thoughts? I'm like, what's your thoughts? What do you have? Like, what, you know, I just told you something. What are your thoughts back? And she's like, I'm just listening. I don't got no thoughts. And I'm like, give me thoughts.
All I do in the conversation, the last girl I dated, we.
Here you go.
Yeah, I'll say it. The last girl I dated, like we were like at her mom's house, and I didn't even like think about or even honestly care that her mom was listening to this because I'm just talking to my girl. It was my girlfriend, but for lack of a better term. And she said something to me that we were talking about. I was like, oh, really? Tell me more. And that's just when I'm curious about whatever somebody's saying, that's just like, that's just what I saw for real. Tell me more. And she told me like later on, she's like, yeah, my mom thought it was just like so cool that you were like, she appreciated that like the way we go back and forth, like the way we talk, but just like the fact that you were like, oh yeah, tell me more. And I didn't agree with what she was saying at the time. But before I challenge it, it's like, okay, tell me some more. Like, let me get your full thought on this. And maybe if you tell me more, maybe I don't challenge it. Maybe I agree now. But that's just like, okay, tell me more. Like, I heard what you said. Tell me whether I agree or disagree. Okay, you gave me the first little tidbits of what you just said. Okay, tell me more now. Let's flush this whole thing out. That's my favorite thing to do.
Me. Oh, I love that. I just want to get it all out, don't I?
He getting tired now.
I just be like, and then I don't put too much thought into it. Just say something, all right, like that's it. You ain't gonna challenge it? Like, nope. I
just want more. I'm like, I want to know. Like, I just want more. Like, I love making people think. Like, that's my job. Like, I love making people think. I just love like having those whole like debates.
And some days I don't be thinking. I be like, I gotta go sit down, take a nap, watch TV, whatever, and then I come back and I have what I got. Cause sometimes, like, I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
The way the human brain works is one of my like.
Oh, I love it.
It's my favorite thing to like talk about, to research, to study on. Like, it's so fascinating to me. I never forget when I was at like a Boy Scouts thing. at shout out to Southeast. We was at Martin Luther King Rec Center. And I never forget one of the, I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. It was the first time I heard it. And the dude, one of the camp dudes there, he said something about how the brain is the best computer you'll ever have. And ever since I was like when he said it, I was like, I don't really know if that's true. Like, my dad just bought a computer and they do some dope stuff. I don't really know. But just like, as you get older in a way, like, you know what I'm saying? The more you learn, and just like, yeah, it really is. Like, the brain is the most, when you tap into it and really like be curious in that way, yeah, it is. And so like, and to that point, like the brain being like the dopest computer anywhere, I'm so intrigued by and so curious about the way people think about things, in the way like they go about like figuring out certain things, whether it's dating, whether it's a test that they got coming up, whether it's trying out for the basketball team. I'll be forever curious and intrigued by the way people's brain works when they're like attacking tasks and the way they go about things.
I think I'll always be like that. I think that's maybe it's a strength and it's a weakness, because I don't think sometimes I know when to stop.
Be like, sit down, just let it go.
I don't know when to stop. It's like,
I'd be like,
I want to get to the root so bad, and so I'll just keep picking at something.
and then I give her the root. I bring that shit all the way up from the ground up, and then she don't like the root ounce, and then she be like, I shouldn't have asked you.
Ask, like, inquisitive questions about about past stuff, like, you know, because I'm pretty open. Like, I'm like, we can talk about the past relationships and things that don't bother me, but I'll ask questions, and then I'll be like,
I get real cool on her ass, so I get Denzel on her. Like, you sure you want to go down this? You sure? You sure? You sure?
I love that so much, though.
I'm like, I want to know, like, okay, tell me more about this relationship, or tell me more why this happened, or what was your thought process? And honestly, on a real note, you gotta take a pause and realize, like, you can be pretty open with me about a lot of stuff that I'm not like, I'm offended. I'm like, dude, you weren't with me. I don't care what you were doing.
Yeah, but then sometimes she'll come back and be like, I don't like that. I'm like, well, you asked.
Okay, so recently,
that's so fire to me. Before you keep going, that's fire, bro. Like the same girl that I just mentioned that I met her parents. One of the things that I like, and we're not dating anymore, just full disclosure. But like a dope thing that I loved about like when we were dating, like we would just crack open a bottle of wine and just get to talking about stuff. We get a little tipsy and we get mad curious about like just whatever we talking about, and the conversation will go 3, sometimes 4 hours, and we just digging and talking. Like that's my favorite thing to do. I swear.
I mean, I find it. We do spend we can spend a good, because we don't live together, so we could spend.
It's honestly why I love podcasting so much.
Yeah, we can spend like 2 hours on the phone, just like going, and then I'll hang up and talk again. You know, another, like, there's always like a let's just go and talk. Like, we do talk like that all the time. But no, I was laughing because there was, like, speaking of a human brain, I did a bird test on you. No, I was saying there was like this bird test that was on social media, and it was just about like creating conversation or seeing if your partner was interested in how interested they were in you. So you just randomly out of the blue, like, or like, I saw a bird today, and you see how they respond. Like, do they ask like, what kind of bird? Where was the bird? Oh, that's dope. Like, are they invested into the like story of like what the bird is? So, anyways, I just asked him.
I was not invested.
You were? You were bad. You're playing a video game, though. Yeah, he's playing a video game, and I'm like, I saw a bird. I don't even remember.
Like, that's what's up.
And he was like, oh. He was like, what? Something about what bird? Oh, does that mean I was with a client? He was like, did that mean the client is like gonna get sick or something like that? And I was like, no, I saw a bird on your patio. And he was like, oh, I saw a bird. And then we just went back and forth.
And then she's like, what bird you saw? And I said, I saw a crow.
But people were like, he's not interested. They're like, he failed. He's not interested in the conversation.
I'm like, your mama failed.
Comments were like, he's not, and so we were like, we give him credit, he's playing a video game, he's still trying to engage. And I was like, okay.
I just be like, all right, whatever.
That was it.
Outkast just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That
was a big deal for me, man. I started listening to Outkast in like 94, 95 because of my next door neighbors. My neighbor next door, anyway, I don't speak on that. But anyway, it was like a bunch of mad siblings. It was like 7 siblings. Like the youngest one was like 2 years younger than me, and the oldest one was like old enough to be my dad. So it was a bunch of them in there, and they were the Outkast fans. And so I've been listening, I've been hearing, I've been in tune with Outkast since I've been like a little kid. I remember like the AT Aliens and all of that. So like and then even after that, like getting in touch with music on my own. I mean, like the Sorry Miss Jackson and the Hey Moz and everything that Outkast did. I've been a big Outkast fan for a long time. So for them to get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it was dope. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched, when they got inducted, and Big Boy's speech was dope. Andre 3000 going up there getting emotional, and I appreciated the fact that the middle camera's still going. We saw it. I appreciated the fact that that they were themselves. Like Andre 3000 was like, I don't want to perform. I'm cool. I'm chilling. And Big Boy was like, nah, I want to perform. I'm going. And he had on his fur like we know him to be. It was just dope that they were themselves, that they were applauded and appreciated. They got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I thought it was fire, man. Like I said, as somebody that's been a fan of theirs since I've been a kid, it was fire to see. Now at 37 years old, it was fire. It was dope.
I didn't see it.
That's all on IG.
Performing. I heard Andre 3000 didn't perform.
People was talking shit about it, but it's like, bro, he don't want to perform.
I hope he puts out some. I want him to put out some music soon, like where he's rapping. He put out a flute album, which is
And see, that's
before you go, but any creative, like however you're inspired, be inspired in that way. Like create your art and put it out. Whatever's inside of you, let it out and put it out to the world. I'm with that 1,000%. But as somebody that, like Andre 3000 is one of the greatest rappers to ever grace a microphone, like without question. So.
He's really talented though, altogether.
1,000%.
He's a Gemini.
Like a flute album is cool. But
I think when you're a creator,
we want to hear you rap, nigga.
But I think when you're a creator, like I said, that just goes back to you just try out different things. Like I aspire to be like him on the MC photography level, in the sense of, regardless who books me, I'm gonna take this and make it mine. Like if you put me on the mic, I'm gonna take over your event to the point where they thought I'm the one that booked you to host for me. Like, or if I take these pictures, everybody else after or before me, we don't want them no more. Like, he killed me on this. And that's the thing with him. Like, every song Andre 3000 has got on the feature, he's taken over, and it's been good to the point where the person that was 2 songs was like, man, he killed me on this. That's who I aspire to be like.
I think he's a true creative in that aspect, and I think in a true creative aspect, to touch on what he's saying, it's like I think creatives are always wishing to push the new limit. It's not the past limit, it's always the new limit. And I think, like, yeah, he's a great rapper, but I'm like, I always see him I want to push a new limit. I want to go a new direction, in some way, right? Like, in however he shows up. So I'm like, I don't know if he would.
I think I can agree with that, because I struggle with that every day. More on the photography side, like, just how can I push the limits with creativity? Because, like, you scrolling through Instagram, and I see a lot of photographers in San Diego, right? We'll just use San Diego. There's some dope ones, but then you'll look and it's like everybody's doing the same shit. You ain't putting no light on your stuff. You ain't softening nothing. You ain't editing right. You just putting out the same. Like some of these guys that doing events, pictures ain't all that great. The light sucks. And it's like, it just comes down to who's the cheapest, or who can do it, who's willing to pay your price at this point. It's nothing about you, and not saying because there's some dope ass photographers out here, but I'm saying, like, I'm looking at it from a point of like, okay, how can I push the limit when I go out there and make mine? It's not even me trying to outdo somebody. It's just, how can I be different? Like, if we taking pictures at events, and we both taking pictures at events, what can I do to be different from you? Because if you put a lot of pictures side by side, well, it depends, because some people have specific editing styles where you can tell, okay, this person did this person did that, this person did this. But, like, how can I be different and push the boundaries? That's been my whole thing. It's like, I want to push boundaries. Like, if you going to stand next to a wall, let's do something to the wall. Let's just give it something to, like, give it that, because if 5 people take the same picture of somebody and you can't tell the difference, are we really truly photographers?
That's probably the way Andre 3000 looks at it in the same sense. Like, why am I going to do something I already did unless I'm going to...
And I think
And he's spoken to that.
And I think that's part of being creative and being around creative people. You're constantly pushing the boundaries. Like, if you take a dope ass picture, okay, Fleek's got that. Boom, now I gotta go get mine. It's not to shit on you or your picture. It's like, damn, that motivated me. Let me go do something. Then you go back. It's like, I feel like with photography, I'm gonna go on off topic. Photography has lost its art for a lot of people, because now it's something simple as, oh, I'm a photographer because I can take a picture and it looks grainy as hell and it looks like shit. You know, I don't edit it, but I took the picture. And a lot of people, they don't understand quality a lot of times. So to the person that doesn't know nothing about photography, oh, you took a fire ass picture, but somebody like us, they'd be like, hell no, that shit like an iPhone picture. But because the quality is low and the community that they are working with, they don't challenge them to push it, that's going to be the standard.
Okay, so here's my question to bring it back into what you're saying. Bring it back into what we were saying, because I had this thought when you were talking right now, in the sense of like when we were talking about right now, Andre 3000 and being creative and entirely where you're going. But like in saying like, where's the creative aspect? Like Andre 3000, we talked about Michael Jackson. You're talking about photography, and it's like who being the creative that has to set the tone. Like, that's what they do. They're the creatives that set the tone. Like, there's the creatives that follow the creatives, and then there's the creatives that have to...
But I will say setting the tone, it's not always easy. And I think for them, well, look at Andre 3000 when he first...
they get bored hella freaking easily.
Well,
I think it's creating to create. To create your best. I think a lot of people in any field, in photography, in a lot of in music, I think in a lot of fields, people create to sound like or to like mimic whatever the current popular style is, rather than creating what's true to you. That's another reason why I love and will always like appreciate and cherish somebody like Andre 3000, because he's always created what he wants to create, what sounds good to him, what's dope to him, even if it's not what's popular to other people. I remember a couple years ago, no more than 2 years ago, he was on a podcast or like some panel somewhere talking, and he said something where he was like, if I'm not creating, I don't feel good.
Yeah, we talked about this.
And he was like, if I'm not, and I truly 1000% feel that way. Like I was about to not tell the story, but I'm gonna tell it. Before, it was probably like 2018. I really hadn't created anything in years. Like I was working in childcare, I was working in a before and after school program. I was going to work. I mean, I was creating lesson plans and creating in that way, but like with the arts and like the way that I'm comfortable and the way that I'm used to creating. I hadn't done anything in years. And my ex-wife, she was trying to get into, I think it was like hair care. And so she bought a camera to take pictures of things. And me, like I took a video production class in high school, and I've always been in like creative stuff and stuff like that. And so when she got the camera, I'm playing with all the settings, I'm looking at everything. I'm like, oh, this camera takes some sharp pictures. So I take it outside and I start playing with it. And literally from her buying that camera and me just being creative and having fun with it, it turned into everything that I'm doing now. And so it's like, I kind of forgot where I was going with that, but like just like there it is, like creating like what's true to you, like not trying to like chase like whatever's like popular, like whatever's going on. Like I picked up the camera and I wanted to shoot a short film, and I wanted to go out to the basketball court, and even like the way I shoot now, like a lot of people, there's a lot of photographers in town that, and especially a lot like, let me not say that, there's a lot of photographers in town now that shoot sports, and especially that shoot basketball, and it'd be easy to get caught up in like you could look at Ball is Life or something like the top, like the biggest platforms that make basketball content all over the country, and try to create like them. But for me, like I don't want to do it that way. Like, I want to shoot basketball and I want to shoot it in a cinematic way. And that has made me stand out to where like people like people want my camera there. Like I said, there's a bunch of photographers there. And honestly, some of them in town, just being 100% honest, some of them are better than me. Like, some of them are a lot better than me. But my phone, my phone keeps ringing and I keep getting booked because of the way I shoot it. And it's just being true to, bring it back to what I was saying, is being true to who I am. I could easily look at other people that are going to do this and to do that, but no, I want to shoot the way I shoot. I want to create the way I create. That's true to me. And, it's been, in my way, it's been successful for me, so I'm going to keep doing it.
See, that's been hard for me because my way, like on the photography side, it's more cinematic Photoshop, as you see on a lot of my work. Like, that's not all that I do, but that's where I've kind of fell into because I just enjoy the creative aspect. My phone hasn't rang.
Yeah, we bumped into a nice, interesting conversation with it as far as, Ryan and I are both photographers. Obviously, clearly, his beautiful girlfriend is here. And so we got to talking about, the dynamic of, photo shoots and, photographing different attractive women and different photo shoots and everything. So that's kind of where the conversation took us.
Okay. How are your people when you shoot? I'm gonna flip it on you for a second. If you were to shoot a pretty girl and you in it, do your people that you mess with care? You don't really shoot girls.
And I'm single, so anybody like they don't really. Whatever I'm single, so whatever I'm doing, they don't really have too much say on what I got going on.
You feel like it's easier being single as a photographer?
It definitely is.
I mean, for me,
it definitely is. And I mean, while I was married, I didn't bump into too many of like them situations. But also, when I was married, one of my photographer friends, he was gonna go shoot some OnlyFans content. Mm-hmm. Actually, how it happened was he shoots like lingerie photos. And while I was at a shoot with him, helping him out, he mentioned to me like, "Oh yeah, let's go do OnlyFans, bro." And I like, you know what I'm saying, da-da-da-da. And then she ended up hitting my DM while I was married. Hitting my DM, was like, "Yo, I'll do OnlyFans. Would you want to do my OnlyFans content? Would you want to shoot my OnlyFans content?" Da-da-da-da. And so I presented it
to your wife,
to my wife at the time, like it was it was like real, like it was ready. Like if I had she was ready to pay, I could have went and done it the next day. But I presented it to my ex. It was like a hypothetical thing. I was like if somebody like hypothetically, like if somebody wanted me to shoot my OnlyFans, like how would you feel? And she was like, I mean, it's a job. Like if the money's right, then I go do your job and bring the money home. Like I don't, you know what I mean? So. How would you feel about that? He's a photographer. If a girl wanted nude photos or like some OnlyFans content, like how would you feel about that?
Because I know you gonna be like, I'm going.
I would.
That's cool too. That's cool.
I would be fine with it. I would just be like, okay, I want to go. Like I would say I want to go. I can't even disagree with that. I can't even disagree with that.
But off of that, the conversation that it wasn't about OnlyFans content. The conversation that we were having is just about like, you're Red being a photographer and people that he likes to shoot and certain like shoots that he likes to do. And so we had a conversation off of that.
Women that he likes to shoot have a certain look. They all need to like. He has.
What look is that? Before we keep going, what look is that?
He likes the girls that look different. Like, they all look different. They don't look like... They look different. They pose a different type of look.
Meaning like
different from the norm of, like, what's typical, like, beauty, or different from each other?
No, like, different from what someone else would typically say is, like, hot.
Okay.
He's not looking for the hot girl. He's looking for the girl that's holding a different type of, like...
Not saying that she's not hot, but I'm saying...
Not? Watch your words.
No, I know what I said. You can run tape. I know what I said.
I was about to say, does that make
no,
you feel, finish your answer.
No, but like, it's like, you look at, like, the way my head works, when I get a vision, I see a certain type of person for that vision, whatever it is, and that's what I want. I don't want to go off. I don't want to work with... I don't want to scale down or scale up. I don't want to settle. If I want a slender, let's just say I want a slender Asian woman, blah, 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 that's what I want. I don't want to go off of that. Just like if I want a black woman and this, that's what I want for this shoot. And not saying I can't work with another woman off of it, but if this is where I see it and if I can map it like visually in my head, this is where I want to go. And that's also the reason why I stopped going on Instagram and Threads and saying I'm looking for somebody for this shoot, because 9 times out of 10 it's not what I'm looking for. It's like, I can work with you, but you don't have in my mind what I think is going to help make this pop.
What I've learned, and you'd have to make sure your girl is cool. You have to get cool. But what I eventually had to start doing with that is, like, when you get the vision in your head of like what you want your shoot to look like and what you want your shoot to be, you gotta just find the people that fit that and reach out to them.
No, he does.
Rather than just like putting a call out. Because I remember I had a shoot where I wanted to do like specifically, like I wanted like a shoot of like black women, like the whole light skin to dark skin, from all the complexions in between. And rather than just saying like, oh, this is what I want to do, because all the black girls that want their picture taken is gonna reach out. And it was like, no, like, okay, I want this light skinned girl, I want this light skin, that caramel skin, like, so you gotta like just reach out to the people that you want to be a part of your shoot. And if they aren't available and if they can't make it, then just find somebody else that fits it.
No, he'll say, he's like,
Yeah.
I sent the DM or she.
I mean, and a lot of them, I'm like 2 and 5.
You said what? Say it again?
I'm like 2 and 5.
Oh, okay,
Cause like
okay.
I reach out and see, this is where I'm like, I'll reach out to the women, and she's seen the DM.
I'll be like, let me see DM. But no, not to check him.
It's just
more
because-
like when the people don't respond, I'll be like, wait, let me.
Because
see.
it'll be very, like, I'm very cut and dry. I'm very like, hey, look, I'm trying to do this shoot on this day with this. Here's the Pinterest ideas. I don't give a damn. You bring your mama, your dog, your boyfriend. I don't give a damn who it is. This is what it is. And it always says, yeah, we'll shoot da-da-da-da-da. And then I'd be like, okay, what's up with it? Crickets. One girl left me on red. Another girl, I remember when I first started, bro, this girl was like, yeah, I want to shoot by some water. Drove to Escondido somewhere, don't even know what the hell, at a nature park, had to get checked by the damn nature rangers, whatever you want to call it, because I got all this because
I was at Dixon Lake. I know where y'all was.
somewhere, do all of that, scoping or whatever. This heifer done I sent her the location, sent her the pictures, because I thought we was going to work. This heifer went off and did it with another photographer. They're going to hit me up talking about some, yeah, we shooting at that spot you found. You want to pull up? No. But like, yeah, I think it's, so you win some, you lose some. But like I said, the last shoot I did with the chess pieces, the girl that I shot with, she hit me up, and it was, I liked the fact that she was just very straight to the point. She said, hey, I'm trying to get back into the modeling game. I'm trying to get my pictures up. I see your work. You're really good at what you do. I'm down to collab. I want to, she laid it out what she was trying to do. And then now I had the decision of collab or no. But I was like, you know what? I see what you're doing. You're trying to up your game up. Let's do it. But a lot of these women, they want you to hit them up. And then it's like, for what? Like, I was telling her, and I was telling my boy, shout out to Quentin, we talk about it. I said, a lot of these girls that say they models, why when I get on your page, the only modeling pictures I see is the one my boy took. The 2 shoots that y'all did, that's your modeling. Everything else is just a bunch of bullshit that you put together. So are you really modeling, or are you really just trying to get these free pictures?
Oh no, I got some models for you, bro. No, that's a fact though.
But no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody, that's the thing. Like, getting into the photography game in San Diego, that's all I have to go off of. Everybody and their mama call themselves a model. Just like a lot of photographers like to put on their bio that I'm published. Well, I'm like, well, who you published to? Because I'm technically published. I got published twice. But I'll tell people though, with that publishing, it was free and the acceptance rate was 89%. So I could have put some bullshit up there and still got accepted. So do I consider that a true published photographer? No. So when a lot of people put all these titles and all these cute little words and fluff behind it, I'm like, are you really that?
And I mean, that's in every field. Like, I think about, like,
Go ahead, say it. Every time he think he able to say, he do that thing. He be like,
That's in every field of life.
That's in like whether it's photography, whether it's athletics, whether it's handiwork, whether it's mechanic work. Like there's like plenty of people that's like doing what they do in their field, and you probably I got respect for everybody. Before I say what I'm about to say, I got respect for everybody.
Say it, like,
but like it's like you could be doing what you're doing.
that don't mean you're good at it.
Exactly. Like so, it's like okay. If people know you to be, and it's levels to it because you could be. Let me just say what I'm gonna say.
Just say it.
I'm trying to put a caveat.
Don't put a caveat.
Because I don't ever want to be disrespectful to nobody.
No, it's like opinions. You're allowed to have your opinion. Does not mean you're not supportive of other people.
And that's part of my problem with podcasts. And I be trying to be too political.
People want to hear your.
You're absolutely right. Like
give them some flavor.
It's some people that. They the top dog in the field. They are the person that's who people are gonna go to. And there's some people that it's like, okay, you do that and you kind of good at it, you marginally good at it, but you're not really like that. Like, and it's like in some fields, whether it's like photography or what. Okay, like for example, and this is no shot to anybody.
I'll throw a shot. I got like 10 of them. I count 6 shots.
I love everybody.
I don't.
But this is just a conversation that I was having with somebody not too long ago, and they was talking about like basketball in the city. Oh, so like we got like the ABA, we got the TBL, we got different levels of basketball, whether it's in the city or not within the city. And I was talking about somebody that was like, nah, bro, like give. I was talking to somebody who. Let me not even do that. I was talking to somebody and I was like, nah, give bro his respect. Like, nah, he play on this team. He play at this level. He averaged this much points. Like, he been putting on. Like, he do what he do. And he was like, yeah, bro, but like, a lot of people play there. A lot of people play there and have done that. And so it's like, yeah, like bro played there and he did what he did when he was there, but I'm not respecting that because like look what it is. And for me, from my perspective, I'm looking at it like no, bro. It's a bad example because I can't give too much. I'm sorry.
So
I don't want to give too much because I feel like I'm gonna be disrespectful.
So we'll say this. So we'll bring it back on the photography. There's some good photographers out here, and there's some that are not that great, but they get a lot of work. They get a lot of looks in this city of San Diego. I will say it.
I think it's like that, like you're saying, for any field.
Yeah, but I'm saying in photography specifically, their work sucks. Their quality, the pictures ain't sharp. They just around the right people that just keep pushing them and setting them up, and that's
for everyone.
But that's what I'm saying. What are we saying? Because you just jumped.
I'm interrupting you.
See, you threw me off game. We were talking about photography.
You were saying like they doing it, but like they doing it and people.
Oh, so you were saying there's levels to it, but I think it goes back to like nobody's checking. That's like the average person. So like we could get on Instagram right now and look at some of these events in the black entertainment. I'll go specifically in the black entertainment. There are some events with some of these photographers. I don't give a shit. There are some events with some of these photographers. I don't know who, what, when are taking these pictures because I'm not saying individuals. I'm just saying at some of these black events, whoever the photographer was for that day, his shit or hers, whoever it was, because we don't know, was not sharp. The pictures wasn't good. The quality was off. The lighting was dim as hell. But they're in the position of people like, hey, he does work, she does work. We gonna keep moving them around. The work still sucks. But because they're in the movement or the group, they're going to keep getting the work, but the quality of work is not going to get better. So say you have somebody that actually cares about the quality of work. People, they're like, I'm not going to, your work is better, but you charge more. This person charging pennies. His work ain't great, but I'm going to keep rocking with him because I'm only paying him pennies. I might not even be paying him nothing.
I'm with you on that. But is that so wrong depending on their budget? Is that so wrong?
It's a conversation though. Because but then this is where I go.
What he's saying is you gotta have the conversation.
But then this is my thing though. How you say you want to be great and everything around you ain't great? You can't call yourself. It's like
People got to start where they start. I'm just making comments.
no. I'm saying like you got to start somewhere, but you can't. Okay, so I'll say this from my personal experience. I've had certain people reach out to me and say, I don't like the photographer that I have. I want to work with you, but my loyalty is with this person. They work is terrible. My business can't boom because I need better quality. So I'm like, why don't you tell them to step their game up? I have, but it's not.
Or step aside.
Either way, so let me get this straight. Your loyalty, you're going to let your business tank because of loyalty. Where there needs to be having a conversation like, hey, bro, I'm going to need you to step this shit up. Or I got to go this way because my business is not flourishing because you giving me these iPhone 5 pictures. And
validate for him though, that's a real conversation.
like I've had that's a real conversation,
I believe it.
And
that's somebody that is willing. Well, they're not looking at it this way, but the way I look at it, that's somebody that's willing to let their product crumble, or the esteem that people have for what they're doing crumble because of loyalty. And I'm not on that at all. Like the way I would do it, like if I had an event like and it's happened to me early on in my photography career. I had friends that were doing basketball events or different events or whatever. And because they're my friend and they love me and genuinely want me to succeed and make money, so they'll book me. This is early. This is not any time recent. This is early in my photography, like years ago. I have been doing this for 6-7 years. Early in my career, and they'll book me, and I come out and because they love me, I'm the only photographer they booked. I'm getting all the pictures, all the video content, everything. But I'm early on. I'm not good at this yet, and so they post what I got, but it's not what they want. And so when the next event come around, they're like, okay, I'm gonna book so and so, who is more established, knows exactly what he's doing on that camera, but Flicks, still pull up because you my guy, and I want you here, and I want you to keep getting better, and I want the content that you're gonna provide. Mm-hmm. But I can't pay you what I paid you last time because I paid you top dollar and I didn't really get what I wanted. But I love you.
But at least they were open to have that conversation.
Right.
And I think that's what he's saying though, is that conversation, it just ends. And that's where I can say I'll say his conversation ends. They're giving you a conversation. He's not getting a conversation.
Okay.
And see, my whole thing is
he's open to the conversation. That's the whole thing that he's been trying to say. He's like, I'm open to have a conversation. Like, if you don't like the price, like, if you talk to me back, like, tell me.
And that's the thing, people, and see, and that's the thing, and I'm gonna say this, and if they see it or not. That's the one thing I will say about the black community when it comes to my personal dealing. There have been good black people. I'm not saying that. But with black people, they don't have the conversation. You tell them your price. Like for me, I tell them the price and they just disappear. They don't. It's like, look, bro, let me know if I'm an approachable guy. And I'm not saying just black people, but I'm saying no, I am, because all other groups, this is my price. Okay, well, this is where my budget is. This is what I got. There's a conversation, so now we can work something out. Versus with the black people that I've crickets, and then they go off, and then you find out, bro, what happened? Bro, you charge too much. Well, why you ain't say that? Or, bro, I was late on the rent. I couldn't afford. Why didn't you just say you just left me on red, and then you go deal with this person? Now I'm looking at it like
that also might speak to who you've become, as far as how popular you are and who you've become, because I know that's been a relevant thing for me. That's been a relevant thing for me. I've had people that I've worked with years before. I covered your oldest kid when he was in high school, and now your younger kid is in high school, and now when I covered your first kid, I was first starting out, and now your other kid is in high school, and I've become Michael Flicks. I put quotes on it because I don't want to sound arrogant. I've become Michael Flicks, and now it's a thing. And so now, when you reach out to me, it's I don't really know if I should. But it's no, just, you know what I mean. When I hit you up when my other son was in high school, the price was this and the quality was this and this and that. But now I've seen you've grown to become this guy, and the whole city da 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 da. And it's all of those things are true. Like, humbly speaking, all of those things are true. But also, you and I have a relationship. So just talk to me and tell me what your situation is, or what you want, like how much you can pay right now, or like what's going, like, just talk to me. We can figure it out, other than assuming that I'm this guy now and da 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 da. So it's all just a conversation.
Or you got this one. She'll tell you because she been there with me. We'll go to events. I don't even say nothing. I'm just there to be at the event. I ain't emceeing, taking pictures, nothing. I'm sitting off in the corner. Red, you the coldest photographer in the city. Red, man, I love your work. Red, blah, 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 blah. But they don't never book me though. They keep booking. So I'm like, so then my question is, okay, if I'm so cold with it, what am I missing? I'm not saying you have to book me, but I'm trying to figure out the disconnect. Why do you make it a point to tell me I'm all these things that I didn't ask for? First off, you make it a point to tell me how good I am and this, and this, but you never book me. You go book with this person. Not saying that person ain't great, but I'm like, why waste the breath? If you see me, just say what's up.
You know what I've chalked that up to?
What?
It might be a little, well, it could be the same, but maybe a little different for you, because I do the podcast and everything too. Like, I've chalked that up to, like, people that didn't really want to work with me or book me before, and then like now be trying to, like, I've chalked that up to, like, okay, you see me cooking, and you see the potential, the potential, and you think or feel like I'm soon gonna turn into something or blow up into something, and you're trying to you're trying to maintain the relationship for when that happens. That's what I've chalked that up to. It's like, you don't really want to book me, you don't really want to do anything with me right now, but you see the potential, you see how I'm growing, you see what's going on with me, and you want to maintain the relationship so that when I am up here to where my goals are, when I do make it to there, you want to maintain the relationship so when I am here, you still have that connection to me.
Well, they ain't gonna have it, because she already know. I tell all the time. I said they gonna wish. I said pretty soon, I'm gonna be unaccessible.
I listen to a lot. I'm gonna give myself some credit.
You do. You get all of it. She get my.
Like, I try to maintain that there's no permanent friends or enemies in business.
It's
like
not.
Anybody that I shoot for, that comes on my show, that I interview. Like, I mean, before you come on the show.
That's true. You know, that took a long time for me to learn. I did.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just like, I never, like, I hear you say that. I heard you say it last week or a couple weeks ago too, and I was like, like, I had to really think about that. Like, no friends or enemies in business.
Permanent
friends or enemies in business, and I had to really like think about it, and I think that's truth. I think that's something I'm learning in my own business, is like having those boundaries.
See, I don't look at it like.
Before you keep going, one of the I'm gonna say it though. One of the biggest parties here in town. Like, me and him had a falling out.
Yeah.
He did something that he should not have done. And had it not been in business, like if we were friends, and he done that, I wouldn't.
So you're able to separate the two.
Absolutely.
See.
Because it sounds and it feels like grimy and disingenuous, and maybe on some levels it is. Probably on some levels it is, but if you're not my friend, like if we don't like genuinely like love each other and we're not like friends like that, if we met on some business thing, before you go,
I'm gonna ask you a question.
If we met on some business thing, and then even if we developed a friendship and a relationship and a rapport, if that falls away, that sucks. But if the business relationship can continue and you and I can still make money together and or like grow each other's spotlight and visibility and all that, and we both still feel good about doing that. Like, if you violated me and I don't want to help you, even if it can help me, I'm cool, because it's going to help you and you violated me. But if there's been no like extreme violation and there's still a relationship that could be had here to where we can help each other, you can grow me, I can grow you, and in the process we can make money, then...
So are you guys still business mates or friendships?
Business mates.
So you're business mates still, but
business
not a
mates.
friendship.
No. No, because once you show me who you are, like personally, then no, like even if like what you showed me in like personal dealings can rear its head in business, I can like guard myself against that, and I can prepare myself for that. Yeah. But if you're my friend, if you're genuinely my friend, then you're all the way here.
Then why would they mess you up in business if they're genuinely your friend? Why would they cross that line in business if they're genuinely your friend?
Because if you were my friend and something happens, then I can detach the friendship from the business, and if we can still make money and it's still beneficial for the two of us, then okay, I can do that.
But why would you want to?
Because I can make money.
But why do you want to make money with somebody that's not that messed you over? Period.
Because it's money.
Because I'm gonna make money. Because like if like. Because I can keep you at a certain distance. Like if the relationship is based on business and money, and I know you care about making money, and you care about business, and so do I.
Okay.
And so within this business relationship, neither one of us are gonna mess up the apple cart. We're not gonna upset the apple cart because we both like making money and we both like our business acumen and our image in business. And so both of us understand that we're not going to upset that.
Yeah.
So we can still continue to make money within this infrastructure that we created in business. But as far as like you being my friend, once you show me a certain thing, it's like no, like you're right there, you're at arm's reach. It's right there. You'll never be my friend. You'll never be that close to me. But as far as making money, like yeah, I can shake it like what's up, my nigga? Like what's up? We can shake hands and like what's up and make money. But you'll never be that close to me to hurt my feelings or to upset everything that I got going on. Like nah.
Do you agree with that? Or can you do the same?
No. Not with the same person, no. In that situation, because I see what you're saying though, because I've had conversations with other people about that topic and they've said the same thing as money. But see, my whole thing is like with him on the business side, on my personal experience, I've seen where things go left and it's everybody else's fault.
Okay, but can I ask a question? Would you do it with somebody else?
No.
So that was my point. Like I was asking, like,
y'all please keep talking. I gotta use the bathroom.
Somebody else, you wouldn't do.
Please keep talking.
You wouldn't do that.
What do you mean?
Like if somebody else on a friendship, like if it's
like if we're going into it and we're not friends at all, but it's about the money.
Then yeah.
I'd be like, look, we're just gonna get the money.
But in somebody else, not that person. Let's say that same circumstance started. Could you? So if there's a friendship first, then you couldn't do it.
Even if it wasn't a friendship, if you come at me on some whole shit, I'm probably not gonna stick around because I'm like, once you show your character, it's like if you screw me over this, you'll definitely screw me over when we start talking big money or big things. It's just like if a person will steal $1 from you, they'll steal 10 million from you.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So I mean, like,
I agree with that.
I think like. In his situation, I'm like, I wouldn't. But I think that's just because, like, the way I am, I think a lot of it, business should just be very black and white. Like,
no, I know that.
This is
that from you. You don't like mixing.
This is what I'm saying is like, if we doing business, hey, look, I need you to take these pictures. I'm gonna pay you this money, and we call it a day. There shouldn't be no ifs, ands, or buts, or just saying like, oh, you taking pictures for these people, or you working with these people. I'm like, that's not about you. This is our business. But like now you start falling into my business where now you bringing other people in to try to push out, or you going off and telling other people, oh, you don't want to work with him, so you can keep me on this way. Now we got a problem because now you're messing with my money.
Yeah.
You're being really shady. Or, in the other case, which Flicks ain't here. Oh, there you go. So, you just walked in, so we still talking about the whole money thing. So,
I like how we got into this topic separate of having to talk about your girls.
Yeah, that's cool. Going back to the whole money and just business thing, but like, so we'll say, so like with the block party, so being in the group chats and seeing all the messages and stuff in the behind the scenes, you would see it to where like Mike would get an idea and he'd put it out there and he'd be like, what y'all think? And the DJs would be like, okay, run it, call it, whatever. So the Jersey party last year, right? He was all adamant about this damn Jersey party. Nobody forced him to make a Jersey party. He makes the Jersey party off the strength of one DJ. The Jersey party tanks. Who does he blame? All the DJs. He said, y'all the reason the Jersey party tanked. But here's the thing though. If it was up, it's because him. But because it was down, it's everybody else's fault. Something like that in terms of business, I can't deal with somebody like that.
I feel it.
I'm saying that I'm using that as an example, but I'm saying that could be in anything. So when it's up, it's all good. But then when it goes left, now all the accountability falls off you, and now it's your fault, your mama's fault, your dog's fault, the lady up the street fault. And it's like, what type of business is that? You take the L just like you take the L. If it's like, that's like with my business, with my photography business. If I put $1,000 into it and I lose it, I consciously put the $1,000 up. I can't blame you or her or my mama. Even if it was your idea, like, hey, Ryan, you should take this $1,000 and go put it over here. You didn't force me to go put that $1,000 up. Mm-hmm. But now I'm mad at you and I'm like, well, Netflix, and da-da-da-da-da-da. You gonna be like, what the hell? And now I'm looking at you, and now I'm being shady with you because of a decision that I consciously made. You may have suggested it, but I have to stand on that. And I think with me in business, it doesn't have to be personal, but it also, I guess maybe you could say personal in the sense of stand on business. Stand on your word. Mm-hmm. Take the L. Don't just celebrate when it's up. You gotta accept when it's down. You can't take all the credit when it's up, but then blame everybody else when it goes left.
That's just business.
I can't get with that. Like, I much rather respect you more. Like, hey, bro, we took this L. It is what it is. Lesson learned.
And see, for reasons like that, I've always like, I'm too scatterbrained right now. For reasons like that, I've learned to be more conscious of the way I connect myself to people in business.
Maybe that's why you're overall always conscious of how you're connecting to people, period.
Yeah, for sure. Like I've like early on in my photography and in my broadcasting career, and a lot of the times they've been kind of tethered to each other, because a lot of the places I've went, like different radio stations I've went, they've wanted me there because of the way I articulate myself on camera. But then once like I pull up and they see that I pull up with my own cameras, I produce all my own stuff, then they want me to produce and shoot other people's content and stuff, which is a blessing. But also with that comes with people expecting me to do things a certain way or do things a certain way or be in their place of business in a certain capacity that I didn't really sign up for or that I didn't agree to. And so, for that reason, whenever I go into something with people now, and that was 2019, 2020. And so since then, I've learned to like, okay, when I come in, I'm telling you exactly what I'm here to do, exactly what I'm here for, and if you ask or require or want me to do more, then either you pay me more or we sit down and talk about how much more you want me to contribute to what's going on. Because like if I come here and you want me to do this, then okay, I'm gonna do that, and we've already agreed to what you're gonna pay me to do that and what my what my responsibilities are with that. But then after that, like, if you want me to do more, and if you want this, that, and the third, then it's like, okay, bro, like, we didn't talk about that. So let's sit down and talk about that, and that means you gonna have to pay me more. You know what I mean? So, that exactly what you're talking about is, I don't, like, I'm a, you know, and we're all three, we're talented people here, but I'm just speaking about myself. Like, I'm a talented guy. So when I walk into a space, like, don't just, I appreciate it's a compliment. It's a compliment. Like, if you bring me here to do one thing and then you want me to do all these other things because you know that I can and I have the ability, it's a compliment. But also, I get paid off of all of my talent. Like, I don't have a 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. I get paid off of, like, everything that all of my talents, I get paid to do all of them. Mm-hmm. And so if you bring me here to do one thing, okay, cool. That's what we decided you're going to pay me to do. But if you want me to do something else now, then okay, we need to sit back down at the table and figure out how much more I need to be compensated for that. And so that's how I go about, because the first few spaces I walked into like, okay, I'm the media guy. Like, you come in here, you want me to do a podcast, I'm gonna sit down and do a podcast. Okay, I'm gonna articulate my thoughts and all of that. Okay, but you know I got 3 cameras. You know I got 4 cameras and all these lights and everything that I do, and you want me to set up my cameras and lights and do everything. Okay, cool. Pay me for that then. It's not just, okay, I'm Michael Flicks and I do all of this and you gonna give me this. I don't wanna say this little, because ain't nobody finna pay me little nowhere I go. But you pay me this to come here and do that.
Yeah, okay. The more stuff you do, the more money.
Yeah, I know I'm going in circles. I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. We're not finna play those games. We're not doing that. And I'm so, like, you know, I'm speaking about it so much and I'm so adamant about it because I've bumped my head in a few ways, and I've bumped my head that way a few ways before, and that's never happening to me.
You guys are in a really different industry.
It's cutthroat.
He's cutthroat. Your guys' industry is cutthroat. And
it's hard because, well, he does video. I don't do video, but, like, as a photographer,
I think both.
I know. That's what people been waiting on. I might have to, but, like, I would say, like, with photography, it's so in San Diego because there's so many. Okay, it's like San Diego versus going to Temecula or Menifee.
Good idea, because
they're up there, but it's not so much. But, like, here, if you don't like how much I pay my charge, you just go to Timmy Tutu up the street.
It's true, but you also got to think about the fact, though, bro. Like, San Diego is the city. It's one of the more popular cities in the country. You know what I mean? Whether it's for tour, like for vacation or tourism, whatever it is, San Diego is a popular city. So, and everything you're saying is true. I guess it's just me sticking up for my city. So, of course, if you go up to Temecula or Marietta or whatever, like, it's not the city. So, of course, it's going to be like more like, okay, like you're gonna really, it'll be easier for you to find your footing or to, like, you know, create connections or to tap in with certain people. It'll be easier up there because it's not as busy. It's like the city versus the suburbs, so to speak. So, of course, if you come to the city, everybody in the city trying to get it. So, of course, it's going to be more competitive here. Whereas if you go up to Temecula, where it's a little more slow pace, of course, like so.
But I will say this, and this is going to ruffle some feathers. The competition here is not that great.
But I think it's a lot about, like, I get what you're saying, but I also think that everybody wants to create right now, so everything's about creating.
Well, I get that.
I know, but that's why I'm trying to say is, like, I understand what you're saying, and the competition's not that great, because at the end of the day, popularity is social media, popularity is being seen, popularity is creating. You know, whether you're a SoundCloud rapper, or whether you're a photographer, or whether you're doing content or an influencer, everybody's freaking wanting to create, to, like, generate popularity or income. So you're going to be met with people that suck. Mm-hmm. And it's all about, like, you're going to be constantly met with people that suck. There's probably, like, you can put 20 of you guys in a room and maybe only, like, 3 to 4 of you guys are really decent and great. Because everybody wants to freaking create. Not only that, everybody thinks everything's freaking easy. right? Do a couple of YouTubes, do whatever. I learned it, I got it, I'm a pro now. That's literally what's happening, right? The same thing if we talked about models, the same thing, right? I'm model now. Like, everybody is in this mindset of let's make it quick, let's make it easy, let's just push it out. Rather than you're in the function of this is a passion for you. This is a love. This is what you actually like. You get fulfilled off of this. You get a high from doing what you do. He gets a high from doing what he does. And you're putting yourself in a pot of people that don't all get a freaking high from it. And that's what sucks. And I think at the end of the day, that's what's frustrating, because you can see the difference of who actually gets lit up and gets a high from it. And you're putting it in the same pot of the people who could care less about it at the end of the day. They may be doing it for the moment. That's it. But that's the pot you're going to get put in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that sucks. Like, there's nothing you can do about it right now. Like, that's just what it is in all things. And it's the same concept for me and my job, but yours is a little bit more cutthroat.
I think for me, it'd be more acceptable if the quality the bar was actually high, and I'm going against people that I'm like, oh, they put that shit on.
But
I got it.
The thing is, like, I get it, and that's what I'm trying to say. But you're not being put against that.
I know we get put up against the
high schoolers coming after his job.
I know they look. I took one football. I did.
I was just about to.
No, you know what's crazy? I did one football game for senior night over there. Hilltop. I'm over there for one person. Man, look, you understand me? I showed up with that camera. Who you here for? I say, okay, first off, chill out, Jerry. Okay, sit your little ass over there. Let's take it. Because they all the little kids with the little camera, all the little high schools, like, who that? I said, first off, I'm grown. I know I might not look like it, but I'm grown. But they was like kids
didn't know you were grown, by the way.
Kids was coming up to me asking me, who you taking pictures of? I was like, my girlfriend, daughter, best friend, how much she paying you? First off, who the hell are you? Like, it's the same thing when you go to an event. Like, I'm going to an event, okay, I've done pictures for High Def. Shout out to my boy Tyson. I've gone there, Tyson has booked me to take pictures, and the venue photographer who works for the venue done came on there on some bullshit. And it's like, bro, I'm just trying to do my job and get the hell on. I don't care what you shooting on. Yeah, I think your little print pictures, you taking advantage of these people money, charging $40 for them bullshit ass print pics that you doing in the back, totally overexposed.
Let them get their money. I think the biggest thing really, like for photographers and anybody that works in the creative space. Excuse me, the way I clear my throat that way. Anybody that works in the creative, I think the biggest thing is, like, if you create to inspire, then you'll be okay.
And I think that's what I think that's the biggest point, is that you have to remember, like, what, and that's why I ask him too, like, there's moments we've had conversations and I'm like, what are you creating for? Like, go create because you want love. Like, go, not love from others, but like you love it. Like, create, like I've told him, like, create a passion project, dude. Like, what do you want to go create your passion project? Let's set it out. Let's throw an art show. Like, let's throw a freaking art show. Like,
right.
Like, create from a space of love in what
like,
it is.
I'm competitive. Like, I grew up playing sports. Like, but before I even played sports, like my dad, my uncles, like, I've been competitive all my life. And so even not playing sports now, being a photographer and being a podcaster, being a broadcaster, I'm competitive. Like, I want to compete. Like, and to that point, like, they're my friends. They're my friends. My friends that their podcasts do like bigger numbers and more views than me. I'm happy for them, but I also want to compete. Like, I want to compete. And so, like, I'm a competitive person, but also with that, it's like, if you want to, like, I'm competitive because I want to be the best. And it's not to diminish anybody else. I want to create the best podcasts. I want to create the best videos. I want to create the best videos. I'm competitive. But before that, I don't even know if it's before that. But with that, I want to inspire. Like, and I'm happy to say that, and I said it when I was on the Pure Rap podcast. I'm happy to say that I've been doing sports broadcasting and photography since 2018, but I really started taking it serious in 2020. And since then, there have been so many photographers like that have come out of high school and junior college and some of the bigger colleges here in town that have Flix on the end of their name. Mm-hmm. And before me, nobody had a Flix on their name. And I'm proud of that. And some of them that have Flix on their name, they've honestly speaking, they're better than me now. Mm-hmm. Like their photos and their videos are sharper, more crisp, the way they edit they're better than me now. But I get joy out of the fact that there was a kid in high school that saw my content, that saw Michael Flix content and was like, that looks fun, or saw me at a game and was like, that looks fun, that looks fire, I want to do that. And now he's doing it, and whether he's better than me or still trying to own his come up, I take so much pride in the fact that when I look on Instagram and I see people that have Flix in their name, and because maybe it's a little bit of arrogance in it, but because I never saw nobody with Flix in their photography name before me in San Diego. I'm not talking about outside of San Diego, I don't know. But in San Diego, somebody that has a Flix in their name, I never saw before me. Mm-hmm. And so now when I see it, whether they're older than me or younger than me, I feel like it's because of me.
So you create to inspire?
Absolutely.
Why do you create?
Shit, just to get that off. I mean, honestly,